Our show is like Animal House with pyro.
Look mad.
I'm mad. You're damn right I'm mad. I'm mad.
And I brought the Candy Man Brad Armstrong.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Actually, you know what? I got some people who are wrestling.
All right, let me know as always if the audio is okay.
Hey! Somebody say something about wrestling?
No.
Somebody say something about Bob Gaggle? It's me, Jim Cornette.
Wait a minute, hold on. We don't want to hurt the guy.
This is the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette.
Association. We have Stan,
Holy cow, they are
and
dressed to
Jim,
the
their manager. How you guys
nines.
doing?
Especially Stan.
Thank you.
Ding ding.
And Bobby's looking
Would you like to
stellar
do
as
the show by
well.
yourself? We can fix it up. Nothing personal, Kevin.
That's right.
Few months, you know, time to really develop yourself. Time
But
for you to heal.
I believe the show's called Walking on the Wild Side.
USA tag team title 3 times in the last
3 times
3
in a row.
years.
Well, this
You
is
got a
from
little shield,
1989.
And let's add
That is Kevin Seal.
Let's add the World Tag Team title twice along with that.
World Tag Team. Where are the
I'm
World
still
Tag
baffled
Team, whatever they're called.
as to how this happened, what did Jim
Unfortunately,
Cornette do with his
temporarily
tongue.
slipped away from us, but we're going to work on
You
it.
didn't have to hawk them, did you?
No, we kind of
But
lost
you left
them
the
a while
jewels
back.
in.
But
You got that lesson from Raging Bull. Wow.
Stan Lane
That's
looks
so,
ready-made
so
for
what's coming
TV
up?
more than anybody else
coming
on
up,
screen right
we
now.
have got a match tonight in Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. Tomorrow we're going to be in St. Louis at the Kiel Auditorium, and we got some matches coming up with the Wild-Eyed Southern Boys. Well, they're going to be the Black-Eyed Southern Boys after we get finished with them.
That's right.
This is wild.
Good old Georgia boys. You know, Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers are the cute names, aren't they? Steve, his
Tracy
father.
Smothers doesn't
Midnight
sound like a
Express
normal guy, if you don't
plug in
mind.
Tracy
Steve
Smothers'
Armstrong's
house show
brother, Bob, was
matches
a
on
wrestler, you know,
MTV.
from Georgia. As a
This
matter
he
of
comes
fact,
from a long line of wrestlers?
yeah, just like all the people in Georgia, Bob used to walk Steve to school every day when he was a kid. It came in handy. They were in the same grade.
Wow!
I didn't expect a lot of competition.
Nobody
Well, there'll be
bits
some
on that
competition, but not
punchline. It's from 1990. Okay.
These guys are wrestlers, but you know what? I hear that you get in the ring as
All
well.
right. Thank you, Masked Heel.
No.
Occasionally?
Well, just when somebody's chasing me. I instruct, I don't obstruct. I would never hit anybody with my tennis racket.
I
People
believe
accuse me.
so.
What is this? Okay,
It's a tennis racket.
Yeah, Corny and Cornette and Stan Lane would be out of WCW by the end of this
I
year.
believe we have some footage of you doing something in the ring.
Footage of me?
Footage. Let's go to it. Let's watch Jim and
Let's go to the videotape. Now that is not
rugged
fair.
animal.
I can't believe
Yeah,
you
so
showed
something
that.
actually
They put
aired
me
there,
in a
but,
cage, so theoretically I couldn't interfere.
But
in the match. I
the
would
dude
never do
behind the
anything like
YouTube
that.
channel
One time they
clipped
hung
it
me
because it
50
kept
feet
getting
up in
pulled
the
from
air,
YouTube. So,
That's
which good for him because I upload these to YouTube too. If you're watching this on YouTube right now,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
show up on
Well, listen, we're gonna
Tuesdays
hear
on
more stories
Twitch.
from these guys in
We're having
just a bit, but
fun.
We're going to go to a video right this very second. Will you guys tell us, what are we going to watch here?
Stan Lane is by far.
and the other side.
Yeah.
That was really good. You done
Holy cow, Stan Lane is good at DJing in ways that nobody else here clearly is.
I personally will read some senseless
Yes, we are back with Jim Cornette and Midnight Express Tag Team Champs of the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, we want to ask you guys something. What's the difference between your organization and the WWF?
The World Wrestling Federation.
5 words or less.
In 5 words or less? Well, there's a difference. The World Wrestling Federation has gotten a lot of head start as far as publicity goes. And they are very successful at what they do, but what they do is called sports entertainment. They primarily direct themselves toward the kids, and they figure that they'll get the parents along with that. Whereas what we do is professional wrestling with an emphasis
Cornette can
on
do anything
athletics. Most
for
of our
their
guys
lessons
are
at
either
this point.
former pro football players, collegiate wrestlers, competition bodybuilders. Stan's got a martial arts background. And we try to put all the glitz and all the pyrotechnics into the show.
Hey,
but
Adam
we try to,
4836,
do some
you're just
actual
in
wrestling as
time.
well, and we have exciting matches. In the WWF, maybe the matches are almost an afterthought. Kind of like, you know, the NBA is different than the Harlem Globetrotters. You know, but they both make money. It's just that, you know, we're trying to.
I've played with the Harlem
These guys don't walk to
Bobby
the
has not said one word.
These guys don't walk to the ring with chickens on their heads. Let's put it that way, okay?
Well, that's nice because it keeps the So,
Yeah.
so you're saying nobody in the NWA has a little plastic action doll?
Well,
Or are you working on
Hey,
it?
Scotland. Mr. Green Mist in the house.
we're talking about Shake Like Wrestling.
Anatomically correct. And it gets tough on the road.
You guys travel a lot, huh?
Ooh, we travel all the time, about 5
Oh, Stan's going to go into some details here.
And in hotels and motels all across.
Appearing at the Boom Boom Room high atop the hotel. No, as a matter
I
of
don't
fact,
recognize her
sometimes,
either, Brian. I do
earlier
not
this year,
know.
we would
I would
out
be
for 2 or 3
interested.
weeks at a time and then get maybe one
For
night at
reasons
home.
you were normally
Now
interested in
they've,
shampoo
been a
commercials.
little more lenient on us with our schedule, so we still travel 4 or 5 nights a week.
And in like small arenas and in small towns mostly, or medium-sized?
We do both. We do the small ones, the little fair dates, and also the real big Superdome shots too.
Which ones do you like better? Is it nice?
I
to be
genuinely
close
want to
there
know
or
who
is it-
trusts Brian. There's no way he trusts himself.
That's nice you get so close to the people.
There's something. There's an air about those fairs, you know. No, we with.
Oh, my date's here.
This is like the most relaxed I've
Turner
ever seen
Broadcasting,
Jim
they have
Cornette.
tried to eliminate some
Wild.
of the
That's the end of the
Murders are down, robberies are down, but in
Problem.
America today, one terrible new kind of crime is raging out of control.
One raging
And that crime is
asshole in 2023,
getting hit over the head with
another
a
one.
folding chair.
This is an episode of Politically Incorrect.
Today in America, a
with Bill
professional
Maher.
wrestler is struck down by a folding
From,
chair once every
1999.
35 seconds, and not one seen by a referee. Hulk Hogan has
He's
been
doing
hit
a
with a chair
comedy
so
bit.
many times the back of his head smells like ass.
Hey, LJH, welcome. Sorry, the first thing you saw on your screen was Bill Maher.
And it's spreading. The violence.
What
not
is
Hulk
on
Hogan's
his
ass.
head?
That's why I believe it's time to register and control
vaguely
all
resembles
folding
hair.
chairs. If you agree, write to me at this address. Al Gore's house, Washington. Please, do it for the kids.
Paid for by Americans who won't stand for folding chairs.
Hi, my name's Roddy
we go.
Piper.
There's the good
for
stuff.
folding chairs. Now, Bill Maher, who sits up in his Bel Air home with your fluffy little bunny slippers and your blow-up doll, wants to take away my right to folding chairs. But what are the facts, huh? Over 90% of chair owners are collectors. Some use them for hunting, but fact, private ownership of chairs is a constitutionally guaranteed
I have heard that
thing
story, Brian.
under the
We
right
can
to
all be
assemble.
allegedly
Fact.
doing there, and a few more of my own.
Fact is
About how
two
Bill Maher
facts
used
is
to
enough.
allegedly
That's
love
fact.
to go to the Playboy Mansion.
So get it through your
Real
thick skull,
shitty
Bill
towards
Maher.
black playmates. After he
Folding
said
chairs
after he
don't
slept with them,
smack
allegedly.
people. I do.
Paid for by big hunky guys who like to hit people.
Hi, I'm Bill Maher. Roddy Piper would like you to believe that I'm soft on chairs. Well, just look at this. This was confiscated from a
Where the hell did
9-year-old
they get
boy
that
in
chair?
Lawrence, Kansas, as he tried to bring it into his elementary school. This is the face of folding chair violence. Well, not the face, but it's bad.
Paid for by Mothers Against Folding Chairs.
England has a lower rate of violent crime than we do, and their policemen don't even carry folding chairs.
Why are people like Bill Maher so afraid of getting hit over the head with a
It is
chair?
wild how much
Used
better
properly.
Roddy Piper's
A
delivery
folding
is
chair
than the
is no
professional
more dangerous
comedian.
than a billy club, a bat with a nail in it, grinding up glass, shoving it down your shorts, If you're going to regulate
That's my house,
folding chairs, why
making
not
that noise.
regulate apple crates? Why not garbage cans? And anything else you can throw a person in the head over the head with. It's America's ability to do grievous bodily harm, and it's America's right. And it's my freedom that you're taking away from me.
phrases.
You can take away my folding chair, but you will never take away my freedom.
Ladies and gentlemen, the star of Politically
Piper was good at giving scripted material. He was good at
Just
delivering.
tonight from the WCW, Sting, Roddy Piper, Bobby the
Face
Brain
was
Heenan,
Sting making.
and
At least,
Medusa.
like, he didn't seem to be aware that there was a camera there.
All right, thank you very much, and welcome to our special wrestling show where we're going to get to the bottom of wrestling. Her signature movie
you can
is
already
the
tell Bill
German
Maher does
suplex.
not want to be
Her
doing
name
this.
is the super sexy Medusa, ladies.
That's
and
not her
gentlemen.
name. Like, what?
Hey, Medusa.
I mean, yeah, it's Medusa, but
Coming.
it's not her
Right
nickname.
down there. He's won 2 Announcer of the Year awards as the Acerba co-host of
From
WCW
who?
Monday Nitro. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby.
Wait. I mean, I love Bob.
Hey, Bobby. How
you doing, what
guys?
authority is giving
Thank
him
you very
these
much.
awards?
The star of John
Barbara Eden.
Carpenter's They Live. He's won 21 career heavyweight titles. The Scotsman Roddy
I love how
Roddy Piper, ladies.
Roddy Piper actually has real credits.
Roddy, good to see you back here.
And then Moore has to go,
And
oh, he
a
won
four-time
16 world titles.
WCW World Heavyweight Champ. He's the star of the TNT original movie Shutter Speed
Of
coming
course.
next year. This is his doll. Here he is.
Of course,
Sting.
Shutter Speed gets the same billing as They Live.
Sting, good to meet you. Okay. And
How you doing, bro?
For those of you who don't recognize Sting, there's he with the. Okay.
He looks good, huh?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
wrestling.
I made him talk.
You're going to go there already.
All right.
You should see him with long hair.
I can't get you to shut up, Sting. I'm going to have to throw you over there. Please don't put
It's
your chairs
Bill Maher's
down.
forte. Sting's not that.
He didn't do that
I mean,
to
he's
my
like-
dog.
I thought we were going to talk on this
You
show.
know, we are going to talk. I couldn't get
But
the
he's
thing to
not.
shut.
He's not as
Don't
giant as
hit
Bill
me.
Maher would make
That's
him.
my main
Bill Maher's a very
first
tiny.
thing. Okay, first of all, thank you for doing our sketch with us. You were
My
very
pleasure.
funny. I'm glad you can laugh at yourselves, and you can.
How
That's nice
fucking
to see,
condescending.
because
You
I
were
have been
very
watching
funny.
a lot of wrestling lately. in
The same way you would
preparation
tell
for
a
the show, and
kid,
There's a lot
like,
of wrestling to watch.
that's
and
such
I
a
give
good
you guys
drawing.
props because you guys get
What is it?
ratings I couldn't get if I had Monica Lewinsky and the Pope on this show. So,
Well, thank you.
absolutely. But my first question is, the audience, your audience, they're in on the joke, right?
So is your
Fuck
audience.
you.
So is your audience.
So is your audience, man.
Yeah, Sting's a handsome man. Thank you, Brian, for bringing that up. Right head of
No, I mean, I
hair.
want to have this frank
Good-
discussion. But,
good
you know, this
jawbone,
is politically
good jawline
incorrect
structure.
means we never tell a lie. I tell every guest that. I don't care what you have to say. You don't have to be funny. You don't have to be anything except honest.
But there isn't really a joke. I mean, it's not a joke.
We're a target. We're already a joke.
Yeah, are you
No,
calling
no,
us a joke?
when I say in on the
Throwing my
joke.
doll
No, what
around
joke?
and
Tell us, what's the joke?
No.
What joke?
This guy is
So
such
what
an
I
asshole.
say is,
Okay.
Define.
Okay. When I say in on the joke, I mean that people know that you're not really beating each other up.
I am
let's
not
just
sorry to
bring it
hear
along.
Bill Maher
Stop
comes
right
out
there.
of 4-8-3-6.
30-minute show?
yeah,
Sure, yeah.
I know everybody for a
Come on.
long time.
Let's be
Listen,
real.
wait a second, but you consider that a joke, do you?
No, it's a phrase. In on the joke means that you know that you're watching it with a sense of irony. I think in the old days they watched wrestling in a different way. I think today's audience watches wrestling and they are in on the joke. That's not an insult.
So you're trying to say is what, I mean, people are just dying
You,
for...
I
dude.
take it as an
Seriously.
insult,
I do too.
it's
But they're dying to find out, hey,
Okay, all right,
wrestling's
then
fake.
we're-
No,
we're-
the
Then you're
only
telling
thing
me
that's
that you're
fake
really
is...
hitting each other?
No.
The sound of the chair is real, okay? We are entertainment, but when a metal chair cracks your back, that's not fake.
That
When
can't
somebody
be a
throws
metal
you from...
chair.
It's a metal...
Yes, you know what? I'm
There's
so
never a bruise on
There
any
we go.
of it.
Roddy's getting
Baloney, you
mad.
got a minute?
Love
Look at
that. There we go. Pants are coming off. Here comes the clown show. Here comes the clown show.
Broken wrist! See that wrist? 7 years it's been broken. Owen Hart, dead. Why don't you go tell
Jesus.
Mrs. Hart what a joke it is, huh?
I broke my wrist.
Praise,
Also,
right?
someone
Want me
died.
to be truthful with you? Huh, champ?
I saw you hit somebody over the crack
That's a-
somebody with a baseball bat. A baseball bat.
That is correct. Leave
I
it,
tripped on the sidewalk.
an
Also,
over on his
9/11
head in his
happened.
bag.
and leave it to the pros. That's all I'm saying. Kids, don't do that at home. Well, I know how to do it.
Bill.
I know how to do it.
That being said, I kind of feel like Sting's
wrestlers are
unbelievable.
wonderful people.
I'm not denying
No,
that.
we are actors. We are stunt people.
Okay.
We are gymnasts all
Now-
in one. We are a /sports entertainment.
But
we
we're
are
not
in
a
an industry.
joke.
We are in an industry by ourselves. We are very unique people. And it's the mystique which carries people today and why they are watching wrestling and why we are #1
Whereas Medusa's
ratings on Monday night more than NFL
pitching
football. Thank
wrestling
you
in the
very
most
much.
boring way possible.
That's all. That all may very well be true, but that's not getting to what I'm asking, which is what I'm saying.
Love
Is when
it,
you
Brian.
crack somebody over the head with a bat,
I want to know if the
you're
fake
telling me
Medusa
that's a
is
real
animal,
bat, and that's
how much money
that someone
she
could
wanted to
live
send
through
in
that?
Target.
No. Obviously, I'm not going to insult you or anybody out there watching or this audience here. You can't crack somebody over the head with a baseball bat and they're going to live and everything's going to be
What
hunky-dory.
did I say? We're stunt people. They're
No,
stunts.
yeah,
There's-
we know how to
there's
do
props.
it. We know how to do it. I mean, I could take this bat or a bat and whack you right now and well,
A real
You gotta
bat.
know how to take.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta know how to take the hit.
a real bat. So that's a real bat you have?
A real bat.
Yes.
You can take a real bat.
A
can't you?
baseball
Bobby
bat? A
Heenan
wooden
of the
baseball
four of them
bat
seems
that a real
by far the
baseball
most
player would
intelligent.
use?
I use a real bat.
But he's just
But you have to
waiting
know how
his
to
turn.
take the hit.
should
You
have
have to
brought
know how
one.
to
We
fall.
should.
And that's what we're all
Then
about.
give us a bat and we'll show you.
Somebody will
bat?
produce a bat.
Roddy's
you got people out
ticked,
there,
but he's like
Marshall.
playing
bat
it.
Gee, I wish we had more time in this segment to do the bat stunt.
Join us Monday when our guests will be Martin Short, Donny Osmond, Bob Enyart, and Armin Brock.
That's a group.
Okay, we are
Someone
obviously
should
talking
do the,
about wrestling
the
now.
SNL
Sting, you mentioned
guest
that
introducing
kids.
musical.
You looked into the
host
camera and said,
introducing
"Kids,
musical
don't
guests
try this."
account,
Let's talk about
but
that,
just
because
for
you obviously
up
are an idol.
next
to
on
kids. You're one of the
Politically
biggest stars in
Incorrect.
wrestling. You have a doll, which I only threw because I couldn't get it to shut up. You guys are so sensitive. Okay, but let me
I haven't said a word. I'm not insensitive.
No,
I just don't
sensitive,
like
but
it here.
You just don't like
No,
it.
Bobby just said his first words. We're 10 minutes into the show.
I see you got Springer's audience.
Actually, I think you guys got Springer's audience, or actually, he's trying to poach yours. I mean, you guys
Bobby's
did that well
trying,
before he
man.
did.
God
Okay,
bless
anyway,
Bobby.
what do you say to people who would argue that kids adore you, look up to you, and when they watch wrestling, they see a world where
love
every
Sting's
conflict
stance.
gets resolved?
He's doing the
by
Roman
violence,
Reigns
and that's not a good
meme
thing for
where they
society.
put the nails on him.
How about
But
Popeye
like, is it-
cartoons? Here's a guy that doesn't speak English well. Me, Olive.
Hey, Fanatic Gamer.
Rips
Yes,
open a
this
can
is
of
the guy
spinach
who's
and
like,
knocks out a
ooh,
big guy.
yeah,
That's
Bill
how
Maher's
they
being a
end
real
the show.
wise ass.
Here's Olive has a kid. Never mention that she's married or anything.
Wrestling
or
has
where's the
cartoons.
boyfriend?
But
But here's
that's a-
Olive with a kid and Popeye's beating up some other guy named Bluto.
But that's a cartoon.
Right.
Medusa, stop stepping on
Yeah, and that's
people's
what kids watch.
Okay, how about
What
Lethal
about
Weapon?
NASCAR? What about NASCAR?
Lethal Weapon.
Hey,
Lethal
you ever
Weapon.
feel like when you get done watching NASCAR that you just want to floor it to 100 miles an hour and get
I
out
want
of
to beat
there?
up Jeff
No,
Gordon.
Medusa, you're insane.
Or NFL.
I'm
that's
too
violence.
busy watching wrestling to watch NASCAR, but if I did,
But I'm saying it's the same thing.
Remind me to
Kids
never
get the
watch
feeling
NASCAR
that they
with
want to get
Medusa.
in. I mean, when they watch wrestling, yes, they go home and they feel like they want to run around and jump around and hurt their brother or something like that. That's just that adrenaline at that moment. Just like when I go to NASCAR, I feel like I want to floor it when I leave. When I watch football, I just want to tackle my husband, something like that. It's the same thing. There's
Brian
violence
watches a
everywhere,
shampoo
though.
commercial.
well,
He just
right, especially here.
put someone an eye poke without
But there
using
is,
his finger.
and it used to be that they resolved everything in the ring, but now wrestling has a lot of plots that
This
happen outside
Bill Maher before
the
this
ring.
They used to have horse
show
and
was
buggy,
just
too,
a
but now they
comedian,
have cars.
like any other comedian. And this show,
Not
Things
really a
change.
tracking analogy, but let me finish.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is,
Whatever
doesn't
Bill
that
Maher
lead
wants
kids to
to
the
be an
message
authority on.
that it's not just in the ring where violence solves problems.
See
It's
my-
everywhere. It's in the parking
Your
lot,
hair looks great, Brian.
backstage.
It's with
I've told
mommy
you
and
this
daddy in the
before.
bedroom
Daddy
at
at
home.
home, mom
We
and
have
daddy
nothing
at
to do
home.
Well, do the
Mom and
parents
Dad.
allow the children, after watching Lethal Weapon, to let the kid go out and throw a hand grenade? I want a Schwarzenegger
Well,
movie?
Lethal Weapon has a NC-17
people get killed in those
rating
We are
on it.
TV 14.
Wait, what was
and
Lethal
the rest of the
Weapon in
programs are
NC-17?
TV.
Okay, but kids are not supposed to be watching Lethal
Bill
Weapon.
Maher
They
was
are-
That's why
entertaining
it starts with mom and dad at home.
in this era.
It's in the
You
It's
think-
the
you think-
mom and dad that
13-year-old
controls
kids
the
who
Do you
environment.
think
to
the
watch
mom and
it.
dad should say, don't watch your show?
I didn't say that.
Hello,
I
ATL Blood
said it
Feast.
starts with mom and dad
First
at
time
home. If
chat.
you have a well-adjusted child at home that has a
Like,
base,
yeah,
a
kids
foundation
would
through
imitate
mom and dad,
wrestling.
they
Like
can,
you
they
did
can
with
watch
Diamond
a
Cutter and
show
your brother.
like wrestling. They can watch the aggressiveness on football, basketball, baseball, any sport you can imagine, and say, well, not everybody acts that way.
They weren't
That's
murdering
not real,
people,
or
like
I'm not going to do
some
that at
folks
school. But the
think
kid that's not adjusted or has
Yeah, I
problems
thought
up
all the
here
Lethal
for
Weapon
whatever
movies were
reason.
R-rated.
Well, it's not mom and dad much anymore.
Like NC-17, I thought was
A lot
like
of single families out there. A woman has to work 2 jobs.
exploding labia.
A husband has to work 2 jobs. They're not home to teach their family.
That-
They don't
that's
sit and
all
have
I'm
dinner
saying.
anymore.
I'm not
they
taking
watch
pot
TV.
shots
Everybody's
against
different
mom
place.
and dad.
Oh, I'm taking pot shots at them.
No,
Sure.
I mean, it's a
They're not
rough
here to
life
defend
out
themselves.
there.
Let's nail them.
You guys just like to fight. It doesn't matter with each other or mom and dad or.
But that's what we do for a
What do you
living.
do for aggression?
Yeah.
You know what? This show.
What do you do
is-
before the show?
I masturbate, but that's
I was just gonna say,
common knowledge.
We heard that.
Yeah, it's been all.
I love how Piper's acting like a 12-year-old. Oh, you
That's why I'm so relaxed
You
and smooth on the air. Anyway, you ought to try it, and maybe you wouldn't hit each other with so many chairs. But the point is,
When we leave, just pat me on the back. I'd rather not shake hands if you don't mind.
He's like, Heenan is so much faster than Bill Maher. It's incredible.
Oh, dear.
all right.
Yeah.
We've all had a good laugh at that. But,
I mean, the last thing we want you to do is jerk us around.
Yeah.
I love Bobby.
no
Bobby's
wonder
the
they
best.
call him the brain.
The brain, yeah.
Absolutely.
I just love how Bobby's winning,
no.
winning the judges' scorecards.
Ah, very good, Bobby.
You know what? You guys have me. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
What is up with Piper? Oh, I love how Piper went from like wanting to kill the guy to like thinking this is the funniest show on earth in 1 second.
Okay, there's your doll again. I tell you, I only threw it because it wouldn't shut up.
That's
But
my
I'm
house
putting it
again.
down here and I'm plugging it for you. Not that you need it. I think when 1999 will be remembered in entertainment, there'll be Pokemon, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and wrestling. Those are the 3 entertainment phenomenons. Now, my question is,
Piper's in on the
for
order.
wrestling, there was a golden age in the 50s, and now...
Yeah, I think that's
again,
that's the
why
Sting action
now?
figure that
What
has
is
like
your
the
theory why
screen in
it's
the
so
chest
big
where you
now?
can like play a little shitty.
Well, I
different
believe from
game.
the 50s, they
It's
used
just,
to
like,
shoot it
little
in the
dots moving
television
around.
studios. You know, like 25 people in there, and they shoot an hour show. Yeah, like this, but there was a place in Pittsburgh that used to have 20 people, and they used to draw faces on the back of the curtains to make it look like they had 50 people.
But what's different about
I'm getting to that.
1999?
Because of
Let
there's
him
different
talk.
television now. Everything, music has changed, movies has changed, society has changed. The wrestlers are in better shape. They're bigger. They're stronger. You got pyro now. It's like our show is like Animal House with pyro. I mean, and it's
there's
just
so many. It's yes.
It used to be just so regional. Just small little outlaw groups
Right.
all over the country with little
Sting
regional
educating
TV
Bill
stations.
Maher,
But
like
now
this.
it's big. I mean, we're
Jim
not
Cornette on
nationwide,
his
we're worldwide.
podcast.
We do pay-per-views. We do 12 a month, and we do live TV. So, I think Nitro alone, the live TV
There's
is
so
really what
many.
set it.
I couldn't keep up with all the characters. They just come out one after another. It's like, how do you rise to the top? How do you get to be where you guys are from all those people?
Bill Maher seems so
You know what,
baffled
if
by
I may
wrestling.
say so, sir, the difference is...
How do you get him in the ring?
Just
he's going to strike.
Just don't show me your ass again.
This was, I think this was Russo era WCW. I think this was December 99.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
and I'm not dropping my pants in front of other men, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, how'd you get the job?
Wow, Robert. I love how Heenan will
You know what it
self-promote.
is?
I beat up the powers that be.
Yeah.
Hey, 69 and on,
Anyway,
69 and on.
those powers that be.
They're your old agents.
Yeah, you are just in time for some rabbit.
Yeah, you know,
No pun
there's a
intended.
thing that there's a lack of respect that comes. You know, wrestling is a great form of entertainment for the family. 30 years.
You can tell Roddy's being serious.
30 years I've been fighting for.
Talking in his low
I started
voice.
WrestleMania.
When-
I started Starrcade. I watched this gentleman here rise to fame. Bobby Heenan has been a solid in our business forever. This lady here has brought a crowd in. Why? Because We
doesn't
give
know
our
what to
lives.
say.
The reason I took
Stu,
my
I've
back,
seen
I had a
him rise up.
titanium hip.
Bobby Heenan's
5
been
years
around
now.
forever.
My rotator cuff,
Medusa,
et cetera, et cetera. We got guys that go out
and
there
then there's me.
and they pour their hearts out. And promoters take advantage of them. And A&E does something that wrestling's phony. And so if some wrestler goes on there and says they do this and that, but you never see that
funniest
wrestler
part is I
on
think
top
Piper was
wrestling
on
main
that
event
special
anywhere.
he's talking
All he's
about.
doing is prostituting himself on camera and telling a bunch of secrets that are all lies. And when we walk in, we're not appreciated for the athletes and the honest people that we really are. I got 6 kids, you know, and you want to say, you know, first thing you say is it's a joke. And you
No, I
just
never
to say,
said
sir,
it was
I've
a
got the
joke.
floor. I've got the floor.
Now Roddy's mad again.
As a joke.
You've got the floor.
As a joke, and you didn't mean it bad. You didn't mean it bad. But you know what? We get that everywhere we
Good
go.
on Roddy.
So after a while, you know, it gets old.
Because that it's a theatrical event.
No, but
you
what
get
about
it because
Roddy's
there's a
giving
ref who's
Bill
there
Maher
sometimes
every
and
out.
sometimes he's not.
We're not denying that.
So why can't you
Yeah.
accept
Baby
that?
face.
It's
Not
like a
denying
soap
it.
opera. Why
And
can't you
Maher is
accept
just
I
that?
am
monster
accepting it.
truck.
I'm asking about the audience. He's not accepting
You are
it.
so sensitive.
Yeah.
Look at Sting.
We almost had it out before the show. I said, you know, we're more alike than I ever thought. You know,
Yeah.
this is sort of mental wrestling is politically incorrect. And I got my fans right. All right, we'll be right back.
Man, what a show. All right, that's it for this one, for that show. I think they just were like, hey, see us next week or tomorrow or something. Yeah, Bill Maher definitely assumed wrestlers were way fucking dumber. Yeah, this is live with Regis and Kathy Lee, not Kelly.
Humiliating as I
For some reason, they have Medusa out in the lobby in her ring gear.
But if I can beat Medusa, then I have vindicated myself.
Your pride will return. Your self-esteem.
All right, shall we bring her down here? Come on, let's take a look at her in person. Medusa, come on down here and say hello to our audience, all right?
Yes, Regis is the best. Yeah, imagine if Medusa did Bill Maher's show in that gear. But look at them actually getting her music. So you can tell Regis is a fan.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And this is Kathy Lee.
Was it like a prerequisite?
What a formidable woman you are.
Or whatever that word may be,
But
that
you know what? There is good news, isn't there?
wrestlers had to do Regis and
You are a
Kathy
nurse,
Lee
so you
in
can
ring gear.
Pummel him and then make him feel better.
See, I used to mend bones, now I break them.
What do you have right in here, darling?
That's a good luck charm.
What? What do you have here? Let me poke at your
And on the back, you
pubis.
have a little tattoo, huh?
Yeah, it means, fate.
I can't see the whole thing.
I don't want to see the whole thing.
All I want to know is what you look like in a pair of spandex, sweetheart.
Well, listen, Medusa, I tell you what, later in the show, we're going to have Medusa come out, and you'll teach me a few holds, and then maybe we'll go at it. If you think you're a woman enough.
Woman enough. Oh, Regis. You know what I mean? You got it.
I don't teach you. See it a little bit. She will get me. She is Medusa.
I love Kathy Lee's wrestler voice. Medusa.
Ready? All right, we're waiting on your opponent. I get the word any moment now. How does one go from being a nurse to being a world wrestling champion? 3 times, right?
Oh, she almost said WWF there.
It's something really I didn't sit and want to do. I mean, people said those are the guys that are on television that spit and scream, and I said, no, I really
Spit
don't
and
want to do that.
scream.
And I said, well, I can mend bones.
What a
and I'll
description of
break them.
wrestlers. The guys who spit and
Absolutely.
scream.
Athletic?
Yes, very, very, very athletic. Gymnast, kickboxer, boxer.
And actually went to Japan, didn't you, to learn to train the martial arts? Or something?
Absolutely, I was there for 3 years.
I love
So this
Smash
person is about to come out
Kealoha.
has, like, no concept of how truly
We'll revisit the fetish statement here in a moment after we see what's about to happen with
I
Regis.
think Regis has a lot of
And yes, I did love that anecdote from Kathy Lee's book, Susanna Moore, that Frank Gifford wanted to kill Rick Rude. I would have loved to have seen that fight. It would have ended in one shot. You have to go to Japan for the worst. I love Regis's gear here. Some great ring gear. I'm surprised Regis never did a match. Like, I know he was older by the time they were doing celebrity involvements, but like, if Gene Okerlund could have worked a match, like a tag match, Regis could have.
How you doing? Good to see you. All right, so what we're going to do, Medusa, is just go over a few holds. You know, basic holds, okay? Yeah.
And I love how he matches Medusa, too.
Shooter hold. Shooter hold?
Shooter holds.
Okay.
She's gonna stretch him.
We're ready to start, right? Get in your stance. Reach, come on.
This is my stance.
Picturing those Bob Roop videos. Have you ever seen those on YouTube where he's like at the Florida Sportatorium and in St. Pete where like they bring people into the school and he would like stretch them and hurt them and make them cry? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, Smash Kaloa. This genuinely looks like the most expensive apartment wrestling video.
No, anything goes.
He does look like Super Dave. That's a good point, Jonathan.
Will you be a little alert? I think my finger was on the doodah.
I think my finger was on Medusa.
That's okay now. Do I trust you?
Little more respect.
Never trust a man.
Like, she's not showing him holds. They're just rolling around. Okay, she's going to show him a move now. When did they start playing her music? This segment's a mess. I love it.
That sounds like fun.
Go like this.
Boy, that shirt is...
On your stomach.
Is he gonna go? Oh, he's gonna get a boner from this. Here we go. That'll teach you for being racist to Tenryu at WrestleMania 7.
I'm just going to call you to get it for me.
All right, that's another famous hole. Let's see. Give me one more. One more.
A lot of guys are intimidated by her.
Intimidated by? No, I'm fine. Give me one more strategic hold.
Okay.
Strategic hold.
Grab that belly button thing. Come this way. That'll get her attention.
Grab that belly button thing. I'm loving this.
All you do is get down like this, like you're getting ready, right? And make sure you bend down a little bit. There you go. You just come up. No.
What is happening?
Stay there, Reed. That's why I said the dog. You just come up.
That's a weird move to show somebody who's never worked before. Here we go. You know, the famous shooter hold, the sunset flip. So that moment. Man, Regis is the best. And to think like 30 million people probably saw this. That's Scotland. Two of the best to ever do it.
in Nashville on December 29th.
That pay-per-view?
That is a pay-per-view. It's a huge event. And I'm wrestling there for the WCW Women's title.
Yeah, she's promoting her Starrcade 96 match with Akira Hokuto.
It's a tournament as of now.
I see. All right, fine. Medusa then, December 27th, right? That's right. Thank you,
By rolling around with Medusa, with a Regis. Yeah, seriously, if any other like talk show host in that era, if Jay Leno would have did that, it would have been super gross.
And now, an all-new Nikki with special guest star Kevin the Big Sexy Nash.
So what you're saying, Ralph, is that you can eat more pie than
Okay,
me?
this is Nikki. It's Nikki Cox's sitcom from late 90s, early 2000s in the WB. She is a Vegas showgirl, and her husband is a wrestler, an indie wrestler in Vegas. And they would bring in wrestlers to be guest stars. And this one, as you just heard, the guest star is Kevin the Big Sexy Nash. I noticed that too, Jonathan. It is a tournament as of now. It might not be a tournament. Who knows?
Thank you for letting me fill in for their regular assistant.
You're welcome. Where are you going?
Waitress!
Nikki Cox was, as Brian would say, a shampoo commercial.
You'll need this.
I feel like I have made Brian sound like just a real piece of shit on these streams.
Well, I told you not to eat that pie so fast.
I think I got some bad meringue, but I cooked the...
And that me saying that, then Brian has a personal anecdote about Nikki Cox. So, there we go. You can't see the chat. Nikki Cox was the arch rival of a college girlfriend of Brian's in their child modeling days.
Oh, wait a minute, I feel better. Hey, waitress, let me get my second course now.
Also, tuning into this with no context is insane.
Oysters.
Like, if you don't know what the show is about, it's just a dummy throwing up at a woman on stage, and this is going nowhere.
Yeah, I'm guessing they don't have a regular assistant, do they, Martine?
Oh, they tend to be one and outs.
What a title screen. If you can't tell, this show was 100% for her and 0% for the rest of us. Like, it could have just been anybody they found on the Warner lot that week. Like, they don't even, like, bring up, also starring so-and-so.
Thanks for helping me carry this stuff up. Hey, you want to stay for a beer? Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Get myself drunk, go back to my place, and come on to myself.
What you really need is a man.
Hey, Nikki, check this out.
Yes. I love that. I love these days of TV.
Very thoughtful.
Because they just got all these new, like, digital editing tools.
Wait, you gotta check this out. Look,
So yeah, you would
Thor and
get
I are
this
the
weird
first
stuff
Siamese twin
like
tag team in the history of professional wrestling.
titles that wouldn't match credit fonts,
Seriously,
and
look how easy this
it was
is.
just like a big old mess. Yes, Toby Huss is in this episode, and that's already the strongest man in the world amongst
honey.
many
It's
other
sexy
credits.
in a nuclear
He's in
accident
everything.
kind of way.
Easy, dude. We're sharing pants.
That being said, I do
You're not
think
wearing
a
shorts.
two-person haystack chopping gimmick in 2023 would
That
be
thing you were scratching earlier wasn't you.
Honey, I just don't know why you're doing this. You've already got
That's
a
right,
wrestling
he is,
character.
yes.
Cry, baby.
I'm trying to impress Coach, see? He's looking for an unknown wrestler to put in the ring against the Big Easy.
Coach.
The CWF champ? And you're incredibly unknown.
I'm like perfect for this. That's why I have to convince Coach that this gimmick is great for the match, because otherwise he's going to pick a wrestler and set it up as a grudge match by having the Big Easy steal his woman.
Really? Well, if you don't want to get back into Thor's pants.
Come on. You don't want to do this.
Why not? It's good for your career. Besides, it's all pretend anyway.
Honey, you've seen the kind of girls they use. They're all cheesy looking.
Give me some blue eyeshadow
Cheesy
and
looking.
big up my hair. I'm cheddar in a tube top.
No, I'm not dragging you into this. You're way too classy.
There would be no dragging
Also, I
involved.
love how, like,
And it'd be good to
completely,
get in there and
like,
camp it up.
like there's an actor, there's a look
Yeah, and you
that an
bring me
actor playing a
back,
wrestler
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the end,
in this
I'm
era especially would
really, really
have,
sorry,
and
I
that ain't
show
it.
you how much I miss
So I
you.
appreciate them for that.
Right?
Dwight?
Yes?
I was looking for chapstick in your bedside table.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of saw your sex things.
Those aren't sex things. Those are dog toys.
Uh-oh. I gotta go to the doctor. Attention, wrestlers.
So he just
ladies.
stuck his friend's dildo up his butt?
You will be
What?
judged not only on your looks, but also on your acting ability. Primarily on your ability to act
Yeah,
good
there's Toby
looking.
Huss. He's apparently doing auditions, because that's how
He's
wrestling works.
here. Folks, say hello to the brightest
That being
light
said, that is how a
TWF
promoter would
sky,
use
the
during this
Big
era.
Easy.
There we go. Kevin Nash being Kevin Nash. He's like, my character would have like 7 women walk with him
Up at first,
to a
say hello
tryout.
to the Lasher and Amanda. What's that, a resume? Thank you.
Stunt work, acting classes, everything looks in order except one thing. You're pretty much a man, aren't you?
Oh no. Oh no.
And this is a rookie we call the Crybaby.
I can't believe I'm meeting the Big Easy. I saw you wrestle at the Nassau Coliseum once. Hammer and Hank Johnson threw you out of the ring and you landed on me, so we've actually met before.
Oh, yeah, you were eating something.
Imagine going to a Kevin Nash seminar, which is essentially what this is.
Believe it or not, is the actual legal Mrs. the Crybaby.
I want her.
We got it?
Sir, I will not let you down. I've been preparing my whole life for this moment. You're going to be proud of me in that ring.
Wear something short. No one ever got famous wearing underwear.
Well, you know,
That's a
except for
line.
that
I
one Victoria's Secret model,
believe Kevin
You know,
Nash
what's her name?
would have said
The one that married that guy. Okay, I guess that pretty much proves your point.
Okay. It says here that you'll be pounding the Big Easy's best friend. When all of a sudden...
What?
The Big Easy jumps in to defend him.
Oh, I want my mommy.
They're reading a script.
Oh, I'm taking you down, cry, baby.
Yeah, this show is fucking terrible.
He's supposed to sit on your head.
Okay, I'm going to play that one face down.
Now, this is where I come in. I jump on the Big Easy's back. He pulls me off, kisses me.
Again,
and
they're reading a
I
script.
faint.
They're going over their lines for the big match.
Why's it got to be a kiss? I mean, there are other ways to get a girl. Couldn't you just, like,
Yes,
pretend to listen to what you were
Yeah,
saying?
this is the right era of the Kevin Nash Goldberg thing. So yes, will the Crybaby follow
Look,
this?
I just wonder why Jupiter never mentioned the kiss. I bet this was Big Easy's idea.
Oh, come on.
What? You know, he did pick you awfully quick.
You're right. Especially considering that my chief
Why didn't he?
competition was
Yeah,
a
why didn't he
woman
put
who
in
was anatomically
the
incorrect.
script here that we have for the match?
Well, I still don't like it.
Would you stop it? Come here. Come here.
I'd say so far,
exactly
whoever
how I will not
wrote
kiss
this
him.
is the perfect movie.
You know, I'm still not convinced. No, you're gonna have to show me at least half a dozen other things that you're not gonna do to him.
Also, for a dude that's supposed to wrestle in every episode, this dude is fucking terrible.
Yet I cannot look away. And the Crybaby's going to the toy box of death.
Apparently, this is ECW.
What's this?
Hey, get your mitts off my best buddy, you little brat.
You don't
Off of his best buddy.
You're not the boss of me.
He's running away like a child.
Even Nash is kind of working like he's not a wrestler. The big squeezy. Okay, that's good. I'll forgive the rest of the episode for the big squeezy.
Whose ass I gotta kick now? Well, hello.
I wish Kevin Nash would have talked like this when he wrestled.
Seriously, she's still my wife.
Hey, what are you doing? Where are you going? Hey, oh, no, bouncing, I have to pee.
Jupiter, what's going on?
What are you, blind? Giant madman just ran off with your wife. Giant horny madman.
That would have been a great name for Kevin Nash, the Giant Horny Madman.
Autographs. Got business in the back seat. Jeff, take us to the hotel.
So apparently, in this universe, you can just
Relax. I just improvise a little bit. I'll have Jupiter call your husband. He'll tell him everything's okay.
Yeah, how about I tell him myself right after I jump out of this car? Jeff, pull up next to something soft.
Hey, we're just gonna hang out at my hotel. Give everybody the wrong idea, then you go home. You can trust me.
Kevin Nash is
once dip an
baking
entire
shoots
woman in chocolate?
in living room.
It was powdered sugar. I rolled it into a giant funnel cake.
You know what, that's it. That's it, I'm calling 911.
You don't have to do that.
Well, it's too late. It's ringing.
I'm gay.
Womp womp womp.
No, really.
I so totally didn't see that coming.
Yeah, neither did my mother.
No, it's okay. He's gay. And what about all the women who hang all over you? Do they know?
Nah. The league hires them. They're just wrestling groupies. Mine are very frustrated.
Well, this must be really hard for you. You can't ever
Apparently
be
this
honest
is a very
about who you
special
are.
episode.
I mean, I'd come out tomorrow. I don't give a damn, but, you know, just the league's worried how the fans might react. I've got an action figure hitting the stores. Like it's gonna run off and marry G.I. Joe or something. You still want me to have him pull over?
Is it a nice
You
hotel?
know, seeing them side by side,
I
Kevin
could
Nash
really
was
use
way
some towels
nicer.
and toilet paper.
Great. We'll get some room service, watching TV.
You can show me your action figure?
It is so great. I've designed
Guys,
all the
please let
outfits
Vinder
myself.
know that we watched Kevin Nash play a gay wrestler in a sitcom. A horrible sitcom, but still a sitcom.
Big Easy didn't lie to us, crybaby. He improvised. Like the incomparable Harvey Korman.
Is this is the living room
You know, do you have
from
to call
that
me
lit
crybaby?
video, My
I mean,
Own
while we're in my own
Enemy?
house, I would appreciate it if you could use
Before
my
they
real,
went to the
real
bowling
name.
alley? I swear there's a living
Least I
room
can
set.
do.
And this has to be.
I want to say Irwin.
Dwight. My name is Dwight, as in, hey, where's Dwight going? I'll tell you where Dwight's going.
Well,
I'll
like
have to find
any
his
Nick
wife.
G video?
In the cartoon version of our lives, I'm hitting you with a skillet right now.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I'm fine, honey. I'm fine.
Did anybody see you leave the hotel?
No, I went down the service elevator, snuck through the kitchen, and left through the loading dock. Or as we called it on our family vacations,
I love how
checking out.
they don't understand
Good,
the
we go
aspect
back
of
the exact
wrestling
same way
where there's
tomorrow
not a
morning.
script.
Then people will think they spent the whole night together.
Yet they completely
grudge match.
understand the part where wrestlers like pretend
You know what?
that it's
Screw the grudge match.
not a
Screw my
work
career and screw Harvey
to like
Korman.
get storylines over.
Mrs. the Crybaby, since your husband is swimming in the loony pool, I will address my solemn promise to you. There will be no deviation from the plan. And I apologize for your inconvenience this evening.
Well, I'll talk to him, Jupiter. And I'd like to thank you in advance for that all-expense-paid weekend in Paris.
Reno.
San Diego.
Reno.
Phoenix.
Reno.
She just asked an indie wrestling promoter to buy her tickets to Paris.
I was worried sick. Couldn't you have called?
Well, gee, why didn't I think of that? Hi, honey. Everything's fine. I'll call you later. It's me again. You there?
Oh, big schlubby guy, misunderstood things.
Okay, so you called. I'm sorry. I'm going crazy. It's just, you know, you were stuck in
What's
a hotel
crazy?
room alone with the biggest
Watching this,
womanizer in
knowing
wrestling.
how bad it is.
Well,
They got multiple
Look,
seasons.
this guy's stolen 1 million girlfriends. He doesn't care
Kevin
about their
Nash's
boyfriends or their
character
husbands.
comes back.
Look, the Big Easy eats other guys for lunch. That's real nice. You know, I'm standing here feeling insecure, and you're just laughing at me.
Honey, I promise.
Then what are you laughing at?
All right, come here, sit down. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but if you promise you won't say anything, and since I know you're going to worry, you ready? The Big Easy is gay.
Dude, this episode was kind of progressive.
Oh my God.
And then she started
I
laughing.
couldn't believe it myself.
And
No,
just
what I
went
can't
all the way
believe is
back
that you
around
fell
to
for this.
Oh, yeah. That's this time period.
Phil, for what?
He's not gay. That's just a ploy to get your defenses down. Oh, don't worry. I have no interest in women, so let's, you know, shower together and talk about guys. Oops, it's never done that before.
He didn't try anything all night, and secondly, what makes you so sure he's not gay?
I've seen pictures.
Pictures of what?
Of the women he's had sex
Were
with.
they having sex in these pictures?
No, but you could see it in their eyes. They had that, you know, just had sex with Big Easy look.
This is weird how
You got nothing.
Well, you
It's
got
almost
pictures
like-
of him being gay?
Yes, every picture. That's what he is, gay.
someone different
Well,
wrote
I don't
every
buy it.
scene,
And you know what?
then
You're not
nobody
going back
went
to the
back
hotel
to
in the
like
morning. I'm ending this stupid thing right now.
even it out.
I can't believe that you're going to risk the biggest
popcorn
chance of your
sitcom.
career because you're jealous.
Yes, okay, I'm jealous. I'm sorry.
Well, everybody gets jealous, but you can't let it make you crazy. You've got to be an adult. You've got to control it.
I just don't trust this guy.
Do you think I'm going to sleep with him? Do you think I'm going to fall for the first big, handsome millionaire that comes along?
Oh, Oh, so now you think he's handsome?
Yes.
Even
rich
even
and famous,
in this
and I
sitcom world,
love
Kevin
you.
Nash is a millionaire.
If you trust
Working
me,
indies.
you let me go back to his hotel tomorrow so we can get you back in the ring with wrestling's biggest, gayest star.
Again, wrestling's biggest star is just working in indies.
Hey.
Hey, you and the Easyettes
And he's gonna be working that guy.
Yeah, if you can call buzzing around the Big Easy like a bunch of horny bees
Brian just brought
working.
up 41 episodes of this show got
Hey,
made.
look, yeah, don't take this the wrong way, but are any of you bees, you know, like pollinating the Big Easy?
Again, multiple seasons.
Strictly professional.
They
Doesn't
filmed a
matter,
whole
though, 'cause
season and then went
Everybody
home.
thinks we're doing it anyway.
And executives were like, let's do that
Can I have a
again.
minute with my husband? Thanks.
His gimmick is kind of beaver cleavage. Yeah.
You okay, honey?
I suppose so. I want my wife back.
Well, you got me back. Look, it says right here. You're
It
gonna
says
get
right here
your
in the
ass here,
script.
Cry like a baby. I'm
Right
going
here
to
in
feel
the
sorry
script.
for you and reluctantly take you back.
Hey, well, the only way this could get better is if I wet myself. Oh, look, I do. Who's the man?
At least the people who,
Let's go.
who did the Jesse Ventura movie watched Wrestling in the Shadows.
Are you ready? How bad
These
do you
folks
want him?
were like, oh, we have to put up a ring, and that guy has to wear a silly costume. Other than that, we can just bullshit the rest. Why did they green screen that shot?
Possession is 9/10 the law. To the victor goes the
And Nash is just not arguing with him about any of this shit.
Mr. Booty.
Look, I will
Somebody's
be the
becoming a little
shittiest
bit
actor. Awesome.
Want some
That's,
company?
yes, Woody Woodpecker.
I hear misery loves company.
Woody Woodpecker. That's
Yeah, thanks.
Woody Woodpecker did have a
And
better
sometimes misery wakes up next to company.
shit, the Ernest. The
me?
Ernest deal we watched on
tie
Scotland's
is
Pro Wrestling
crooked,
Potluck every
crybaby.
Thursday at 9 p.m. Twitch.tv/MrGreenness.
Yeah?
That had a way better explain this than this show about wrestling.
Slut says what? What? I thought so.
Damn! I think my collagen shifted. Would you care to explain that?
Yeah, I can explain it. See, a beautiful woman cornered me and stuck her tongue down my throat. And then a more beautiful woman came over and punched her out. See, this is a really good moment for me.
Well, don't get
I heard that happen on
there. I
Sunday.
didn't do it because I was jealous.
Oh, that's right. You hit her because in your country, a fist to the jaw means greetings, friend. And what country is that? The United States of Jealous. Capital City?
I'd love to know
Jealous-Philadelphia.
what that board back there.
Oh, no. National
Jeez.
sandwich. Peanut butter and jealous.
It's just one match with all the moves written, knowing them.
You're right. Now we trust each other. It's hard not to be jealous.
The difference between you and me is that I let go of it right away.
Oh yeah, knowing Hollywood, especially around this
Lip
time,
gloss. What is she in
this
fifth grade?
entire thing got funded so some sleazeball can try to. And yeah, the budget for this show is about a hand sandwich and a cup of Taco Machine, Hag. None of that lines. What? I'm trying to read the format. Like.
Get on, diaper boy.
I use pull-ups. I'm a big boy now.
Wow. These writers respect wrestling even less than Bill Maher did.
You can kick my ass, but you never had a chance with Nikki.
What are you talking about?
I'm pretending to be gay. I mean,
Also, that actor is a pretty big dude, and Nash is just four figures everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Is wild. Wow, look at Kevin.
You know, I used to think you were a cool guy.
That makes sense.
But now I know you're just another horny guy with a bad pickup line.
Just remember, you made me do this.
It's just, it seems like a show that somebody attached a Bobcat Gold with. And I forgot that she was with Kevin Conley.
Some sort of
Curing and happily ever after, which makes that whole relationship naturally creepy.
Oh, there's another new move. That seems to be the... Oh, God, no. Oh, he's sucking the life out of him. He's sucking the air out of his lungs. How cruel! How
Okay, yeah, this just fell off a cliff. That was horrifying. That was the end of the freaking episode. Was Kevin Nash just like,
He's the perfect son. I love you, Mom. But Simon Camden's fallen into the wrong crowd.
When did you start hanging out with guys like that?
Kevin Nash is doing all of Effie's spots?
Now, desperate to fit in, he's sacrificing everything he believes in.
Your friend slapped
Oh yeah,
me.
this
Do
is when
something. You're all pathetic.
Maybe I should teach you some respect.
I want an apology.
Come on. Get in the car. No.
An
He's gonna
all-new
gangbang.
Seventh Heaven on the WB Monday night.
All right, so we're about at the halfway point. Want to let you all know next week. Still got another hour. Don't go anywhere. Next week, another little bit of a departure from how we normally do things. This is a request from a YouTube subscriber. In the comments, they requested we do some of the live pay-per-view pre-shows, kind of like the Road Wild 96 one we did a few weeks back. So we're going to do a couple of those. He did request the Bash at the Beach 95 episode of Main Event, where they did like an hour of live matches. We'll do that one. We'll do another one before another pay-per-view. So we'll do that next week. Again, live pay-per-view pre-shows next week on the show. But right now, let's get back. Why is my computer doing that? Let's get back to the second half of the show. Here we go.
Now listen up, kids. If you are not already a fan of professional wrestling, then today's show is
Yeah,
going
between
to change
shows
your
like
mind.
Nikki
Now, don't adjust your set, because
and
you heard
like
me right. We have got
everybody in the
one
world
of the
having a
biggest names from one of
podcast
the
in the world of
biggest sports
comedy in
in
like
the world.
2012.
Actually, around
So
our
many
house,
of us
I
thought
like
we
to
could
call it
do
the
that.
greatest show on earth. And I know the women love it. As
I'm
a
open
matter
the
of
horny
fact,
men's
some
at
of
all the
biggest
shows.
names are women themselves.
I'm open the horny
like
men's
one of
at
my
this show.
guests, Missy Hyatt. She's the sexy wrestling
Those of you who
manager
don't know,
known as
this is
the
the
First Lady
Vicki
of Wrestling,
Lawrence Show
and you are going to meet this handsome
from
guy. He is
spring of
the host
1994.
Of World Championship Wrestling and the current mayor of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Vicki Lawrence,
Jesse
who is
Ventura.
doing conventions as
I
Mama
see
for
these
Mama's
two know each
Family,
other.
which I'm very
Yeah,
excited about.
I hope I haven't gotten myself in over my head here. Well, first I would like you to meet three big, gorgeous professional wrestlers, and take it from me, we're talking more beef than Sizzler here, girls.
Ooh,
and
sister.
You think you've got troubles. I'm going to get in the ring with these guys. First, I'd like you to welcome the master of a move
Don't
that
give
he
away your
calls the
segments.
Stinger Splash. Actually, I think Al and I did that move on our honeymoon. Anyway,
Womp
at
womp.
6'3" and 252 pounds, here comes Sting!
All right, David the Bowie. I remember Macho Man. I vaguely remember Moolah doing an episode. I don't remember Victoria doing one. I definitely don't remember Blue Maniac. So, yeah, I'll look those up. Great News is a really good show. I think it's still on Netflix. It was an NBC show. It might have moved to Peacock, but it's a really damn good show. Yeah, Vicki Lawrence is great on it. Good recommendation. Hello, Henry, you ray of
Champion
sunshine.
until he found his true calling, which is slamming dudes into the ropes. At 6 feet even and 235 pounds, make way for Johnny B. Bad.
I would love to know what these people in the audience were thinking. Seeing these men walk out dressed like this. As the host is openly laughing. This reminds me, if anybody has a lead on the BET talk show from 91 where they sent Johnny B. Bad and PN News on as guests, please let me know. I'm looking for that.
Finally, I would
sounds
like you to meet a man
ridiculous.
who is considered ravishing and by no one more than himself. At 6'3" and 252 pounds, here is Ravishing Rick Rude.
This is great. Oh, there we go. He did not learn his lesson with Kathy Lee Gifford at all. how much money that airbrush artist has made just off of Rick Rude. And then when Rick Rude died, he had to like get a job at the mall. See, if you just tune in there, it just looks like he's showing her his dick.
I am so honored.
At least Vicky's taking it as a good-natured
I want
joke.
you to take everything. Do I get to take your pants home?
You take them off, you could take them home.
Wow.
Now you guys are enemies, aren't you?
That's why I'm sitting in the middle.
Arch enemies.
No problem. It's just that I have something that Sting has always wanted. It's a world title, and he can't have it, so maybe there's a little trouble.
Rick Rude was the WCW International World Champion.
Not to sound braggadocious, but I have had it 3 times around my
Yeah, that is a great looking. There's a classic Sting.
To have it is one thing, to keep it's another.
Also, you can tell Sting respected Bill Maher way less than Vicki Lawrence because he painted his face for this show, but not his. This is morning television.
We find a lot of money through WCW and other promoters if we get in fight in public.
I don't know when they
situations like
recorded
this.
it, but it aired in the morning.
If it's organized and we're in the ring and it's done organized, then no problem. But
So we're cool sitting here chatting.
We'd be cool.
Vicki paid the fee.
So what I want
You have to pay extra to get Sting to put on the
Well, I
costume.
went through wrestling camp.
Well, now what is wrestling camp?
A wrestling camp, somebody's laughing out there like, you gotta be kidding, that's all you gotta do.
Sting is just doing my bit from 20 minutes
No,
ago.
I went through a wrestling camp that lasted 2 months. And I wrestled every day, 3 hours a day.
And then Sting
2 times
pulls
a
down
day
his
on
pants.
weekends, and I was
Is
in
this
there with
fake?
veterans, and I just kind of got beat up for about 2 months.
So is it the veterans that teach you? They kind of like pass it down like a tradition kind of a deal. So do you guys?
Vicki Lawrence has been listening to these dudes for like 90 seconds and gets wrestling way more than anybody else on any of these other shows we've watched.
Maybe. Camp counselor. Like after the matches, we'll have marshmallows over the fire.
And tell ghost stories? Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you all go to camp?
Yeah, I went to camp also, yeah.
So is that's like part of the deal?
That is part of the deal. You have to go to wrestling camp because it is one of the most physically demanding sports on the face of this earth, and you have to be in great shape.
Well, I know, but now
I
you
love
guys
how
were
the
great
other
shape
two are
before.
dressed so
You became professional
ridiculously
wrestlers, weren't you?
that Mero kind of
Right.
looks almost dressed like a real person
I was a five
in comparison. There was a wrestling episode of Mama's Camp. Again, another deal we watched on the Scotland stream.
Championship wrestling is the
Wrestling
physically
Potluck,
most
9
demanding
p.m.
thing I've ever done.
Twitch.tv/Mr.
So then you took
Beanless.
some time off after boxing, right?
I did take some time
Don't
off, and I
wrestle
missed the
ghost
limelight, and
stories.
that's what brought me back to.
Don't let Buck
being in
Zumhoff
the
beat your
limelight
camp
again,
counselor.
World Championship Wrestling.
Now you have to be discovered. Were you discovered?
Well, yes, I was discovered. I guess I just happened to look like Little Richard. Much prettier than Little Richard.
Shout out to my
So who
SSRI
discovered you?
gang.
Actually, Dusty Rhodes did.
Yeah?
I love how they put up a picture of Little Richard like people wouldn't know who he was.
Yeah. Now what about you? Who found you to wrestle and what were you doing?
Well, after the camp, I sent out some pictures, promotional pictures to...
But I mean, how'd you go to camp?
How'd I go?
Did somebody like find
Vicki
you?
really wants him to name names.
No, jeez. No.
Just say that you trained
Somebody
with the
walked into
Ultimate
a health
Warrior.
club that I owned in Southern California and said,
Okay.
you ought to give it a try.
Uh-huh.
So I tried it.
Shout
That's
out
where I'm
Rick
from. This is
Bassman.
my home, by the way.
You're home again.
After the show, I'm
He's
gonna go
trying
see
to
Mom
break
and
it.
Dad.
Yeah, who trained
after
you?
wrestling camp, you did
How
what
much did it
yourself
cost?
off before you go
Is
see
there a
Mom and Dad, 'cause
deposit?
You'll frighten her.
No, Mom's used to me like this. She thinks it's a permanent tattoo.
You scare your mommy because you're so cute under there.
You
You are.
live.
So after
Oh,
wrestling camp, what happened? After wrestling
After
camp?
wrestling camp, I sent my pictures out to a bunch of different wrestling promotions, and a small, tiny little wrestling promotion in Nashville, Tennessee called me up and said, come on out, and I came out and ended up with
Yes,
WCW,
Brian, after
one
this,
of the biggest wrestling
She
promotion ever.
went to
Here I
Mexico,
am.
And what about
went to
you,
a
Rick? Have you
AAA
always
show,
been a
met Eddie
huge,
Guerrero.
Big workout, bulky.
No, my beginnings weren't so cutesy-wootsy as Sting's. No
I
mommy
figured.
and dad, no milk and cookies here in California. I'm from the cold Minnesota weather.
Uh-huh.
People are healthy,
Right.
okay? And I started out in a nightclub bouncing, okay? Professional wrestler was in there one
He's
night
so
when I was
scared now.
happened to have to do my job, throw somebody out, and
Killed a man.
I guess he was impressed and thought it'd be a good idea to break me into the sport.
No
Not to
kidding.
interrupt, but once again, I don't think I'm chopped liver, and I did my share of bouncing here in Southern California.
Ooh. And And Mark Merrill's like, yeah, Dusty Rhodes thought I looked like Little
What
Richard.
were you all like as kids?
Oh, my
were you normal?
I grew up shy. I was
Yes?
shy, yeah.
Were you a jock?
Yeah, I was a jock, a shy jock.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what about you, Johnny?
Well, I grew up on the west side of Buffalo, New York, which is probably one of the rougher neighborhoods in New York. And I learned how to fight at a young age, and that's why I turned my attention to boxing.
So you were a tough little kid.
Yeah, I was a tough little
What about
kid.
you, Rick?
I was a
Normal
badass
child?
little
Pretty much a
kid. I
normal
was
child,
little
yeah.
Mr. Muscle Boy. Look at Mark Merrow as a
Look at
baby.
yourself. Look how cute you were. Oh, that's Johnny. Oh,
Who did she think
He
that
had to be
was?
tough growing up.
he's already got those little fists and everything. Now, you guys are on the road a lot. I mean, a lot. It's not like
Well,
a seasonal
I mean,
sport.
WCW was on the road.
So I mean, how many days are you on the road a year, would you say? roughly?
He looks so. He looks like he's talking to Bill Maher. Lose the
Yeah,
attitude.
well, this year has been a lot different because wrestling has changed quite a bit, you know, with pay-per-views and what we call a Clash of Champions, which we have 4 or 5 every year. And between those and pay-per-views, yeah, somebody else.
Yeah, Clash of Champions. Yeah. That one guy, like, fuck, I loved the November 91 Clash, dude.
Of any sort. Yeah? Does anybody have a permanent relationship?
It's very difficult to carry on a relationship because we're gone so much. But, you know, many of us do have wives and families. And
But now,
you have
wait,
to
what
work
about all
hard.
the groupies?
You know, I hate
Oh,
to
she's getting into the dirt now.
Vicki Lawrence
I mean,
is
there's got to be women all over you.
I hate to use the word
one of the
groupies.
DVD
I really
sleaze
like to-
list.
No, fans, big fans, people that follow us all over the country.
Big fans.
Big fans.
Big fans.
Oh, hush, Vicky.
Yeah, what do you do about all those women? What do
Yeah,
you
Mark.
do?
Yeah, Mark is with Rena by this point.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, they're coming out of the woodwork. We're going to take a break.
So
but,
he's
when we
really
come
trying to
up,
dance
come
around
back,
the
up next
whole
is
I'm
the host of the
married
World
thing.
Championship Wrestling, Jesse Ventura, who also happens to be the largest mayor in America. And later, I'm going to get a hands-on experience with these beefcakes.
Yeah, Vicki
They're gonna
Lawrence
teach me some
rules.
wrestling moves in the ring. Don't go
Like,
away.
she
We'll
ruled
be back.
before, but this is great. Seriously, she's just doing shtick, but she's being so much more respectful to wrestling than Bill Maher, than anybody that worked on that Nikki show. That's right. Yes, Henry. This interview it's wholesome. Henry is what it is.
We're
It's
getting
both
to the
wholesome
bottom
and
of it today with 3 of the
exposing.
most popular wrestlers, Sting, Johnny B. Bad, and Ravishing Rick Ruder here.
Vicki
And joining
Lawrence
us
is
now
killing
is a former bad guy wrestler. He's currently the color commentator for World Championship Wrestling. Please welcome Jesse Ventura.
Nice to be to dress like Jesse somehow looks more ridiculous than the wrestlers wearing that jacket. And freaking leather pants.
Well, retired but not forgotten, my God.
And that would have been
How
great,
are ya? Do you
Brian.
miss it?
I wish you would have gotten to see that Vicki Lawrence.
No,
show.
I'm happy I retired. In fact, I can relate to what Michael Jordan
Vicki,
just did
her
because
first
I was
question.
at the peak of my
So,
career. I was at the top.
So,
and I
Jesse,
decided it was at that time I should retire.
Grassy Knoll.
Why let them remember you on the way down?
There was no shooter there,
And plus,
was there?
I'm very fortunate because I continued in the broadcasting end, so that allows me to keep mouthing off and I don't have to back it up anymore.
Now, you are undoubtedly the largest mayor in America, I would say.
Well, I don't know if I'm the largest, but I'd be willing to say I'm physically the
I
toughest
would pay to
mayor
see
in
Jesse
America.
Ventura.
You are the baddest
Russell,
mayor in America.
what's
Do you
his
have
name? John
political
Fetterman.
aspirations? Serious political aspirations?
I've thought about it. I've thought about actually running for the U.S. Senate. I've thought about...
What would they do with you in the Senate, huh?
What would they do with
What would they
you,
do without
wrestler?
me? Look what they've
You'd wake
done.
them up, that's
Look
for
what they've
sure.
done. No, my viewpoint... I would, if I did do it, I would challenge
Does
the
he
state
bring
of
up
Minnesota
Lake
to send the first
Minnetonka?
U.S. senator who truly has no party affiliation because I don't belong to either of the parties. I don't like either of the parties, and I think it's time they wake up.
Jesse Ventura talking politics always sounds like a high school kid who just discovered politics?
Beefcake.
I would, in all seriousness, I did what Ross Perot talked about doing before he did it because I've been in office 3 years now.
How'd you get elected? What happened?
That's an interesting talking point for a talk show. I was Ross Perot before Ross Perot.
Politics. Brooklyn Park's a city of 60,000.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about Carmel where they worry about where the ice cream stands going.
Now let's not pick on Clint.
I wouldn't be surprised if Vicki Lawrence,
we
find out,
60,000 people. We're a first-ring suburb of Minneapolis,
somebody who wasn't hardcore about it, but
my budget is annually about $16 million. In fact, I just did a film, Demolition Man, with Sylvester Stallone. I wished that I could have had the budget for that film because I could have ran my city for 3 years.
Yeah. You're doing a lot of movies, too.
Well,
you're in the politics, you're in the movies. Things are good.
Well, I keep busy.
I'd love to see Jesse going around the set. This
happen
catering?
Because somebody loved you wrestling?
We could have fixed up a lake with this.
Barry Bloom,
We
who now
could have fixed up
manages
Lake
my career,
Minnetonka.
saw me when I back a few years ago when I was co-hosting a show called Primetime Wrestling, and he thought I had what it took. And
there's one guy in the crowd that was like,
I know, you got a good
oh man, I want
to
to pop for primetime wrestling.
Demo's the latest, then I'll be out this spring.
Hey, Bender.
Major League
You just
Two,
missed
the
Kevin
sequel
Nash playing a gay
with
wrestler in a
Tom
sitcom.
Berenger and Charlie Sheen, the baseball movie. It's like now it's the Cleveland has reached the championship, and now how do they deal with the notoriety they have?
How many years since you retired?
I retired in 1986.
Well, what do you make of these guys? Has wrestling changed a lot since you got out?
What if he's like,
I
oh,
was
these
kind
guys
of the forefather to these
suck.
guys in a way. The stuff that I did, Ravishing Rick Rude probably don't want the story told, but believe it or not, I had a weightlifting gym in Minneapolis, and when I was at the peak of my career, I always knew Rick Rude had what it took, because he walked into me when he was a young man, and he looked at me and he said, someday it's going to be me and you at the St. Paul Civic Center in the main event. And sure enough, look at him. Here he is.
I love how he's talking about Rick
I kind of view Rick Rude. I see
like how I
myself
talk
in him
about
a
my
little
son.
bit. The way he came up through the ranks, he came.
He
from
said he's going to be
common,
world champion
Minneapolis,
someday.
Midwest, and he went out on his own. And
sure enough, he
where
did
he's at today.
Do you make good money doing this?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Like
the days have changed. These guys.
comparable to what?
Well, these guys are making a lot more money. And I know they hate hearing this.
I'm glad you got
here's one of
wrestling
these
there,
old
'cause
timers
we're
now
watching
gonna tell
some
us
weird
about
stuff
driving
about a
500
damn wrestling
miles and
matches.
having to wrestle.
To
Well, truthfully, it is the truth, though. We in my day, you drove. The first new car I ever had was a 75 Mercury Cougar.
I love the old
and
people
in 2 years, I put
drive the steering wheel.
128,000 on that car.
You derived all your matches.
Yes, where today
All right.
these guys do a lot
LJH,
more
take
flying
care. We'll
today.
see you
know,
next
the business
week.
changed in that aspect.
Get some
Where
rest.
today they fly
The
more
replay
than
will be
drive,
up on
but when
YouTube
I started back in
tomorrow.
75, you drove.
Now, is the money bigger now because the sport has become huger than
It's
ever?
much bigger now.
Thank
so
you,
are you guys
LJH.
under contract
Appreciate you.
kind of a deal? And,
Yes, we're under contract with World Championship.
And then what? Are you profit
That's some
participants?
really
or something
loud
like
cards.
that?
No, but that's a great idea. I'm sure Ted Turner wants to hear that.
Wait, does Ted Turner own you guys?
Yes, he does.
Oh, man.
He owns.
Oh,
You're
man.
taking this money?
And I'll tell you something, we don't ever have to worry about him going broke, because if he does, he'll just borrow the money from Jane.
That was wild left
Registration.
turn.
We should work on that for you guys. I'll be your agent. When we come back, I'm going to... Oh, really? I'm going to step into the ring. And I'm just reading
We went
along
from
with
like
it.
really
And I'm going to get
like
down and
nice,
with these
chill
scantily clad
talk
men.
show interview
Oh, dear.
with
I think I'm
wrestlers
going to
to
go
Vicki
change into
Lawrence
something a
being
little more
like,
comfortable.
"Are you
I don't
guys
know about
unionized?"
I'll be back. Don't go away.
And Ted Turner, that guy owns you. He sucks. That was great.
His is the longest. When I take a shower, it hangs straight down. She's got the biggest.
Oh, Sandy Allen. She lived like an hour.
Yeah, it's hard to get off this thing once you get on.
We're talking wacky world records.
I was going to eat a car, swallow lead pipes, and the next best thing was to lock myself in a room and teach myself how to do fast talking.
Oh, the Micro Machine
And
guy.
setting some of our own.
Just like that, you set a new world record. The world's longest mustache and other hair-raising fights on the next Vicki.
This is Wacky Week, where we're asking wrestlers about unionizing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to witness the debut of the hottest
Man,
redhead in
what if
professional
Vicki
wrestling?
Lawrence unionized
Please welcome
wrestling?
The one, the only, the voluptuous Vicki.
And like we go from that straight into a wacky bit where she does the Regis thing, wears the costume, and is like, "Oh, I'm doing a fake wrestling promo." But before that, she's like wanting to talk about workers' rights. Oh, I'm sure Jesse pulled her aside during the break. He's like, "Listen, I tried that, and that bastard Terry." And Vicki is having so much fun. I love this.
I'm mad. You're damn right I'm mad. I'm mad. I'll tell you why I'm mad. Because men don't have to take all their clothes off to go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah. Our comrade Vicki Lawrence.
I'm mad because men don't have to go through the pain of childbirth.
The 80s all Japan women get. That one guy like, yeah.
It's like to pass a watermelon. But I'm mad. I'll tell you why I'm mad. Because yesterday
Vicki doing a match would have been fun. And I imagine you could have talked her in.
MM?
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
Menopausal mania! All right. Where's my first opponent here?
All right.
I want to know who they rented the ring
You
from.
guys, honestly, I'm frightened for my life.
Also, why is there a poster of Sergeant Slaughter in the back?
Teach me a few moves that I could
What?
possibly use on Dirk Zimmerman when he wants to.
You'd think they would have at
renegotiate
least
my
asked
contract next year.
WCW for like a Sting poster
You
or
over at
something.
Group W there? I really. I don't want you to hurt me. I just want you to teach me a little.
Yeah, that
move.
is a shame. Like, Sherry Martel is about to come
Something
in.
you could show me?
I think Vicki Lawrence cutting promos back and forth with Sherry Martel would have been great.
I'm going to show her a slam. This is a slam, but I'm not really going to drop her. See, normally I'd have my opponent hopefully dazed and confused, and I'd just simply snatch him like this.
Jeez. I just hope nobody sits on her face like that Regis clip.
Then what I would do is get a running start across the ring and just throw her flat on her back.
Jeez.
But this is Vicki, so I can't, but it'd be something like this.
Okay. Put me down right now. Put me down.
He was gonna do the snake eyes.
Put me down. This is my show.
I love how of all the moves
Put me down. Now.
he could have displayed, he's like, I'm gonna do the snake eyes.
Here we go.
Okay, thank you. That was swell, okay.
Up next, Tiger Driver 91.
I got a hole to show you.
Okay, be nice now, please. Oh, you know what I love?
He's gonna put her in a front face lock like Richard Belzer.
Wait, you know what I have to say? I love that our staff all week has been saying, but it's phony. Like, this is phony?
Look at that, Vicki.
I'm sorry, but would you want this to slam you somewhere and be nice now?
Vicki Lawrence
I'm going to show
is,
you a move that Jesse the Body made famous.
she rules.
It's called the inverted body vice.
Oh my God, oh my God.
That's not a move.
Oh dear, oh hell.
Hey, Pat
That should
Pat.
be a submission hold.
Yeah, I could.
If I squeeze
I
hard
think
enough
it's the
right there.
Canadian backbreaker.
Right?
I've never heard it referred to like that in my life.
But being that you are the host and it is your show, we'll set you down gently.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
And give her a splash mountain. Awesome bomb.
Now wait. That actually
And Johnny
is
B.
pretty
Badge
good
is
for
gonna
your Prince
punch her.
Girls, when he's got you up there going like that, it's kind of pretty good.
Now, Vicki, first of all, I just want to say
Yes,
you're
Johnny.
so pretty.
Oh, and you're so cute.
You're almost as pretty as me. Now I don't want to show you a move, but I want to take you for a little spin.
Oh God, oh please, oh no.
All right. See, this is something you do to a talk show host. You don't pick him up for the frickin' snake eyes.
Oh, Vicki, are you okay?
You give him like a headlock.
Okay, wait, you guys.
you okay, honey?
I think I got it. I think I got it.
It's all about Vicki. That's it. That's it.
What a bit. This is overachieving so much. Yoshihiko. Love it. And Murrow's like, I'm not taking off my jacket.
Let me know what you think of my my show, and don't hold back to spare my feelings. No one else around here does. Why should you? Tell me your suggestions and show
awesome
ideas.
that we're
Call
just
1-900-286.
got a hotline set up so you can yell at Vicki Lawrence.
4254. Call costs 75 cents, and you must be at least 18 to call.
The Vicki Lawrence hotline where she's just all the dirt on the other talk show hosts.
If you're just tuning in, today we're talking professional wrestling with Ravishing Rick Rude, Johnny B. Bad, Sting, and Jesse Ventura. Now, professional wrestling is not just for men. I want you to take a look at my next guest. Please welcome the first lady.
There was a WCW clip there, but whoever put this on YouTube snatched it. This is Missy Hyatt during her period with the Nasty Boys. Actually, this might have aired after she left the company. But she taped it right before she left.
Oh, you're being nice to her now. He's trying to be nice. He's sucking up.
Like me.
I'm a politician.
I know.
Baby, get away from me.
I know. What is it like to be a woman amidst all these guys in wrestling?
Well, how did you like it up there in the ring with them?
It was good for me.
Well, I tell you what, later on, I'd like to rub on Ravishing Rick Rude's biceps and chest, too.
It can be arranged.
Now, you're so cheap.
The funny thing is, like, with Rick Rude's gimmick, for all intents and purposes, he, everybody talks about how Rick Rude was such a good family man.
How did you get into this whole deal?
Well, I was in Dallas, Texas, and it's kind of like the same kind of story. Someone saw me and said, would you like to be a
MB the
manager?
Great
I
One.
was like, sure, what do I have to do?
That would be great. A Mama's Family
So what
faction.
does the manager,
That's kind of what the Dubs
You
were.
manage the Nasty Boys.
TNA.
World Tag Team Champions. You bet.
Oh, look at that. Brian Knobbs, Jerry Sags.
Yes, I accompany them to ringside. I just, make sure nobody messes with them. And if some people like Sting or Johnny B. Bad would want to mess with them, then I have my ways.
Hey, she's got big ways. Don't mess with her.
Thanks. In his gums. Wonder why.
She's got a couple of big ways. Well, now, you did a
Vicki being
1994
way
calendar.
hornier than the guys.
Missy?
Yes.
Modeling. Do we have pictures? I want to look and be jealous. Look at you. Now, do you ride a Harley?
Yes,
Really?
I sure do.
Can you go around corners?
Yeah.
Can you go around the corners?
Yeah,
I can't go around corners. I fall over.
Oh, it's very easy.
Well, look at yourself.
Thank you.
Now,
Look at
what do
yourself.
you say you're from Texas?
No, I'm from Florida.
Florida. All right, boys. Sit on it now.
Now, you can order one. I just...
Of the calendar?
Yes.
Good. So you're now, where'd you say you're from?
Tallahassee, Florida.
What were you going to be when you grew up?
Gee, you think?
Well, I was really hoping that I could be one of
Listen to
those
her
Price
voice.
is Right girls. Because that was the only way I could get a date with Mark Messier. He's a hockey player for the New York Rangers. Not. Just a joke. Sorry.
What is she
That's
doing?
because he only goes out with the girls on The Price is Right.
Is that true? Does he?
Yeah. He only goes out.
He was trying to do a bit. Didn't quite come
Yeah,
out.
they're old. They've been there a long time. Those
R.I.P.
girls
Bob
haven't
Yeah, they're
Barker.
old. I mean, they're older than dirt.
been. Where do you... Now, do the fans love to call you a bimbo and that kind of stuff? And a
Well, it's
tramp?
only the really fat, jealous women. I mean, and it's like, especially when you're out there at ringside and you look the way I do, and her husband's sitting there and he's going, and of course, he dreams about
That director's an asshole.
And I look at him and I go, well, yeah, is there
She's-
a problem? I know your husband looks at
She
me and he
she
wants
says
me,
that,
but he's,
and
sitting
then
with
they
you,
cut
and-
to somebody.
And you're fat and you have 8 kids.
Thank you,
and
MB the Great
Saturdays,
One.
He sits around and drinks beer.
Appreciate
and
you.
thinks about
It's great having you here.
Calendars. What kind of guy are you looking
Yeah,
for?
what did you want to be when you grow up?
That doesn't speak any
Oh,
English.
not this? Failed? Oh, that is a bad question. For you, Jonathan.
You understood the request. Sí, entiendo muy bien. Pero no hablo inglés. Now, you write a but you know what you did say earlier today? She said in rehearsal today, she said, I want you to fix me up when you do one of those dating shows again.
Oh, yeah, please do.
Really?
Set me up.
Aren't you dating? Who are you dating right now?
No one.
Stop it. Now, I know you dated Jason Hervey for a while, right?
Okay, well, I can either use questions.
Bringing up ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh my gosh, I know I like him young. He turned 21, so I had to like hit him out the door.
Vicky was reading The Observer.
Yeah, he's 21 now. He's
younger.
gone.
Do you like younger guys then, huh?
Oh, I love them. They're great. But I mean, I can use a question A, B, C, or D on Jason. I'll just say he's a very nice guy.
Now, aren't you?
Wow!
Aren't
She
you
was with
dating
Eddie Gilbert. She loves short men.
Well, I think he's cute. I mean, you talk about biceps and...
And they're bringing up that she's dating people that aren't even with the company.
Oh my gosh. There's something about a
Seriously,
guy in a
Vicki
double
Lawrence's
mohawk that
crew
just
did
turns
their
me on.
research.
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
is this like a...
They're bringing up the baby faces and heels dating, interpromotional minglings.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to be a Price is Right. What did you want to be when you grew up? When you were growing up?
I don't think I've ever grown up.
That's a good answer. You guys always want to be... What do you want to be? What were you going to be?
I was into basketball, believe
You were
it
going
or
to be a
not,
basketball player. What were you going to be?
All these guys. I didn't want to wrestle.
And what were you going to be, Rick?
Just what I am.
There you go, Rick Rude. You can lie.
Now listen,
Everybody else sounds like they failed.
Do a lot of great work for children's charities. So up next, we're going to make
Brian, I believe that.
Special young man
I
who
believe
wants to
that,
meet
Brian,
his
that you
heroes.
wanted to
Don't
be
touch your clicker. We'll be back.
Mrs. Human Brain. I cannot believe, I cannot believe that they actually cut to a specific woman when Missy Hyatt referred to fat, jealous people. That was so shitty. Somebody said something during the break.
We're talking professional wrestling today
We're
with
just
Ravishing Rick Rude,
innocent.
Johnny B. Bad, Sting, Jesse Ventura, and Missy Hyatt. Now, how did y'all get involved with charity work? Do you all work with charities?
Well, you know, one of the great things about being a professional wrestler for World Championship Wrestling is that we're able to reach out to children of all ages.
I have a feeling I'm going to
talking
be feel
about the
really
importance of
bad about
education, and of course staying
being
in
all
school.
jolly and making
And
fun.
stay away from
The
drugs. I
show
always
here in
tell
a
these
second.
kids, stay clean, if you know what I mean, because Johnny B. Bad loves you, baby. And we spend a lot of times with charities, and you know, it's so sad.
Yeah, I imagine, Vicky's doing like 5 of these a day. So doing the wrestling one's probably a
housing
blast.
projects and talk to these kids.
Compared to doing
and try
like,
be
oh, here's the
positive
cast
role
of
models,
ER.
showing them that we live a clean life. And we talk to them about...
I've been on the board of advisors now of Make-A-Wish of Minnesota for
have you?
probably, since it started, which has got to be 12, 14 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, one thing I did one time for charity,
Jesse
actually,
Ventura's
I'm
been on
from
the board of
Minnesota,
directors
but I
for
never learned how to
Make-A-Wish
skate.
since
Well, they have
1980.
hockey up there is huge.
Oh, I
and
did
so
that too.
we would play in the Make-A-Wish hockey game, which the key to the game was they got a bunch of us out there who didn't know how to skate. And that's pretty interesting to watch.
Missy Hyatt is being a
when the guys
fucking
truthfully don't know how
asshole.
to skate.
And I love
And
it.
that's how you got involved with Make-A-Wish?
That's just one of the
because you
things
got...
I've done for Make-A-Wish, to raise money to help grant the wishes of the terminally ill children.
Are you all involved with charity work?
Make-A-Wish originally got a hold of me. That's
they?
how I got involved, yeah. And then the
Does everybody
Starlight
know what
Foundation.
Make-A-Wish is? Does everybody know that they grant wishes to, is it all terminally
Critically ill,
critically ill children?
Yeah, children.
It's terminally ill children and also fragilely ill children.
Is this something that you all decided you wanted to do, or is it something that's encouraged by the
I think that God has blessed us in such a way that I believe that we have a responsibility to give something back to these kids, because
Man, Mark
if it
Marrow.
wasn't for all these wonderful fans and all these kids,
He's been
we
such
wouldn't be
a
sitting here
sweetheart.
right now. And I want to thank all you people.
Man, Mark Marrow, what a guy.
It's very humbling, because I remember one time when I got involved in it, a young child was in the hospital and they gave him one wish, and his wish was to meet me.
Which is mind-boggling, yeah. Well, I didn't mean it that way. I mean,
you laugh about it, but then you go there and you think, well, what do you say to this child? You walk in and say, hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
Well, obviously not well.
Or what kind of an
because
impact
otherwise, why would you
do
be
you
there?
have? And I say this to performers all the time. You don't realize where you're impacting people in, the strangest places. I don't have a lot of time left, but I thought it would be nice for you guys to get to
We're gonna
facilitate
rush.
for a young man.
We took all this
from Southern
time
California.
blabbing about
He's a
Make-A-Wish
huge
and how
wrestling
great you
fan.
guys
He suffers
are.
from a rare blood disorder
And now we're
called
gonna rush
IPC.
this kid on
And,
stage.
we invited him here today. His name is Christopher Renner, and he's here with his father, Russ Renner. Come on, Christopher. Hey.
Russ Renner's a great wrestling man. Dude, his dad looks like he's about to walk out on center stage to like lose to Bunkhouse Black.
Jesse?
Jesse kissed him too.
Good to meet you again, huh?
Johnny? Good. And old Rick over there.
And old Rick.
Now, look at your poster there. Did you have some questions
That's
you wanted to ask?
sweet.
Yes.
What do you want to ask?
Well, for one, I wanted to ask Jesse Ventura, why are you so keen on people cheating to win?
Well,
This is sweet.
that's a good question.
This is sweet. You can't riff on it.
Okay, and
Can't
I'll-
riff on
Be
it.
quiet and leave him alone.
Tell him, Missy. I'll tell you why. Because for 11 years I wrestled in the ring, and for 11 years I cheated in that ring. Why would you want me to change?
You don't want him to change, do you?
Because it's unfair.
Oh, it's not unfair. I tell it like it is.
Dad, can you explain what ITP is?
Hey, J Space
It's
Ghost 27.
The Latin name is idiopathic thrombocytopenia. What it is low platelets. And he has, his body creates antibodies that attack his platelets. And we've had a spleen removed, all types of drug therapy, and we're still fighting it, so.
How are you feeling right now, Christopher?
Good.
Pretty good?
He's
When
hanging up.
was the last time you were in a wrestling match?
3 months ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You love it, huh?
Yeah.
Did you have another quick question? Do you want to try the belt on? I bet you Rick might let you try that belt on. Here, I'll hold your...
It's kind. This is very sweet. This is the nicest thing we've ever watched.
guys to sign this for you?
And Rick's like, we're not going to buckle that thing.
Yeah.
What?
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude?
Why are you making fun of that boy, Vicki? Come on.
WWF as well as WCW. And why were you suspended one time from WCW and had the belt taken away from you?
Well, you're right. I did have the belt taken away from me, Christopher, but I wasn't suspended. What happened was that I received a real bad neck injury, a ruptured disc in my neck, and WCW just...
I thought he was going to ask about
to strip me of the title.
WWF suspending
We're going to take a
him
little break, and we're going to get some folks out here who want to do
when
some
he
talking, too. We'll be
bailed
back.
because he didn't want to be false advertised for house shows.
We're back, and we're talking professional wrestling today. Who's got questions? Questions? Yeah, stand up.
Do you design your own costumes?
Ah.
I have a special designer that works
Do you write your own
specifically on
scripts?
just my costumes, and I work hand-in-hand developing and designing a lot of different costumes. I have probably 85 different costumes. I very seldom ever wear the same thing twice.
Who did those cool pants for you today, Rick?
I have a fella in Tampa that does all the airbrush work on my tights.
Does he airbrush you
It's
while you're in?
Fast Eddie's kiosk.
I'm just kidding. I was thinking that could be an interesting experience. Did you have a question? Yes, I did.
Jesse, I want to know if you and Tony Schiavone have as much fun as it sounds like you have every week.
We're even having more fun now because even Mean Gene Okerlund has joined Tony and I, so we consider WCW on
that's a good
PBS the best broadcast team that's ever been assembled right now.
Here's the question. Stand up, sweetheart.
Because Jesse actually liked Tony Schiavone.
What's Sting's favorite move?
What is Sting's favorite move?
Well, it would have to be the Scorpion Deathlock.
Well, none of the ones I do. The shooting star.
Scorpion Deathlock is?
Yes.
Yes? You know how to do it? You do? Well, good for you.
You hurt your brother with
it?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I was born.
Yeah, now Sting's favorite move is to just, like, find something real painful to jump on.
You're 6 years old, so for 6 years. Who's got a question? Yeah, stand up.
I would like
I want
to
to go
know
to that
how many
nerd in the
years
back.
can you fellows go on wrestling on an average? I know it's a very demanding sport and it takes a lot out of your body.
I think wrestling has changed so much. Even the moves. I used to be just mostly technique and holds. Now you combine technique and holds with lots of aerial moves in and out of the ring, from the ring out onto the floor, face first, head first. a lot more crazy.
If only Sting
moves, so you don't last
knew
quite as
then
long.
what he would be
You guys
doing
been
now.
injured, any of you? I mean, seriously injured?
I've had
Seriously
major
injured?
reconstructive knee surgery on this knee here, the very first Clash of Champions, which these people up here remember, I'm sure. And
He points right at the
broken
nerd
ankle,
in the
broken
back.
ribs,
Yeah, you
stitches.
fucking newsletter
Just goes along
dorks.
with it, huh?
Quit complaining.
Yeah, what do you think about just the whole panel? What do you think about steroids in professional sports or in wrestling in general?
Well,
And another observer.
you know,
later.
it's become an issue lately because of, you know, what's happened with Vince McMahon and all that stuff. But
Well, wait.
they
So what's
need to
happened
do-
with Vince McMahon?
Well, there was an indictment that came down on one of the heads of professional wrestling, apparently involving steroid and steroid use. Steroids itself is something, it's a problem of society, not just wrestling.
You
And
know,
for
all those
whatever
kids on the
reason, right now,
street doing
focus seems to be
steroids.
pushed right at wrestling. And I would like to say that, you know, there's a lot of us have been yelling about it since the early 1980s. Believe me, it's out there just like any other drug is out there. And then again, you run into the issue of whether someone as an adult should be allowed to use them or not. So it's a whole big mess you got to deal with. And they are out
I
there.
have a
Ben
feeling that,
Johnson
like,
didn't run as fast as he ran
WCW
without them.
wanted somebody
We
to
have random
address.
testing here at WCW, by the way.
There we go.
Good.
There's nothing but bran muffins inside this body.
I believe that for the most part with Sting. Not like early Sting, but like early 90s on. Pretty much stayed in the same shape for the most part.
If you weren't before, or you didn't have before, I hope you have a new appreciation for professional wrestling. These guys,
Good
you can
job,
really get hurt
Vicki.
out there. You really can. It's been great fun, you guys,
Did a
and
great
thanks for being so gentle with me in the ring. And,
Great job.
And Rick, I'm just so happy that they put my little face on the front because I wouldn't, if it was on the back, you know, he'd
Exactly.
go
You
around
don't have to
telling
get on the
people to
gas.
sit
If
on
you
my face.
just
I would
put a top.
Put
on the top of the
and Ravishing
blouse.
Rick Rude, Jesse Ventura, Missy Hyatt, Johnny B. Bad, the rest of the World Wrestling, the World Championship Wrestling gang can be seen on TBS. It's syndicated on your local stations. And thank you, Christopher and his dad. Let's shoot the fire.
Faked. Whether you see it as fun or foolishness, there is one absolute in the world of wrestling. It is a moneymaker.
news story
It has
now.
its own magazines, it's on TV, and wrestlers are always on the road. There's no season for wrestling, it's year-round. And last night, Springfield had a ringside view.
Wrestling has been around for more than a century. The wrestlers come and go. Even the costumes change from time to time.
Even the costumes
But
change.
the formula for success is
Everybody's
still the
obsessed
same.
with costumes
It's the
in
good
wrestling.
guys against the bad guys. Throw in an arrogant, condescending
Where's Stan
macho once in a
Lane?
while. And a few frenzied fans. And what you have is a successful Friday night at Springfield's Shrine Mosque.
Yeah, it would have been a good idea for the station to bring its own lights. Instead of just relying on the one, like, interrogator light above the ring.
4,000 fans packed into Springfield's Shrine Mosque for the show, paying up to $14 a ticket to see the theater.
Man,
It's a moneymaker that
those
keeps
expensive
getting bigger.
$14 seats.
Absolutely. Between live gates like this, pay-per-view.
That's not his name. It's Gary Juster, not Gary Jester. I gotta send that to Ian Riccaboni.
And boo the bad guys
Mike Rotunda accompanied the ring by a cop.
or make fun of the fakery.
The fakery.
But don't call these guys stupid.
Don't call these guys stupid.
Close to $1 million a year.
Nobody questioned that.
We work hard for it, though. You know, we make good money because we do a lot of traveling.
I would love if this reporter, hey wrestler, you stupid?
That seem to keep bringing fans back.
I call the hit. Kittens first.
That's little Jim
Wrestling
Ross.
has shifted gears in the last few years, labeling itself as good, clean family fun. And some families here in the Ozarks back that up.
In the Ozarks, yeah, that makes sense. In the Ozarks, this would be news.
Long time, and I come and see it every time.
Which one of these is the dad?
Things we do, really enjoy it. He loves it.
Wrestling matches used to bring
bring fans out every week in Springfield. Now only occasional traveling road shows like this one take center ring. But national promoters say Springfield can expect to see more wrestling because whether you're a good guy or a
This is
bad guy,
great.
you know when you're winning.
Shoot right into the light.
We understand hundreds were turned away from there last night. World Championship Wrestling performed in Springfield last November, and wrestlers
I've Kid
are scheduled to
17th, the
return.
front row.
Wrestling Alliance. And the
We're
amazing
closing out with
Amazons
this.
of Glow.
It is another episode of Family Feud. We watched a couple of them.
The World Championship Wrestlers of
WCW against Glow. Closing out with this. What is Tom Zink doing?
the Candy Man Brad Armstrong. Jim Ross.
Tom Zink is just stolen the scene. Also, big fan of Sting tucking his polo shirt into his tights. Yeah, the WCW guys had to wear matching polos, and then Glow just gets to wear whatever costumes they brought. Yeah, Sting did everything. Don't say that. That doesn't age well. Why does he have a trophy? This might be the one where Jim Ross is hungover. What is Jim Ross doing? Rubbing the podium.
Champion of the Family Feud Wrestling Special, we have the Glow Women, which will be introduced in just a moment. But right now, trying to play for their favorite charity, the men of the WCW,
Ring of Honor number one
headed by
contenders
the world's
trophy.
Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. We welcome Sting, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, Sting with his shirt
National Wrestling Alliance.
tucked into his tights, but he brought the
What'd you bring with you
belt.
today to help you get the chance to play for the 10th hour?
I brought Z-Man, Tom Zink.
Welcome, Z-Man. Thank you.
And I brought Lion Brian Pillman.
Welcome to the show.
We're both
And I
wearing
brought the Candy
pants.
Man Brad Armstrong.
The goddamn Candy Man.
And
Shout
I
out
brought the guy that says
Dan,
it all, Jim Ross.
the delightful Dan, the goddamn Candy Man, who's been suspended from Twitter for saying lame words suck.
Foundation for children that are seriously ill, and I just want to start a chant right now. Girls, you can join in too. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 in a row. 5 in a row.
I'm so confused.
Determined to go home with a moral victory by cleaning your clock today. Will you welcome?
That being said, it's very funny. All the wrestlers decided to wear the polos, and then Jim Ross wears the blazer.
Thank you very much, and I like your necklace.
That's Jonathan. We can't avoid Brad
Who did you
Armstrong.
bring with you?
Right next
Even
to
when
me,
we don't
I
have
Mountain
wrestling
Fiji
matches,
from
Brad
Samoa.
Armstrong is on the stream.
I have the British blonde.
The British blah, blah. They left it in.
Diva.
Yes, and
And from New York, Justice.
welcome, Justice. And on the
And
end.
we have Jackie Stallone with us. All right.
Welcome. The mother of
Jackie
the Glow Women.
Stallone.
And
I wish she had a gimmick name.
the charity you're playing for,
The name of the charity is Il Est Jour, and it's a national charity to teach kids how to play sports.
a very fine charity. Who gets a chance to play for their favorite charity? We'll find out when we play the feud.
One team's playing for terminally ill children, and the other one's playing for a charity that teaches kids sports. Is Sting wearing a belt with his tights too?
Good luck to both. We ask 100 people.
Sting,
who play.
in
Please put the
quotation
top 5
marks.
answers on the board. Try to find the most popular answer to this question.
Yeah, she's
Name a
literally just
magazine
wearing
where people
lingerie.
often just look at the picture. Hollywood.
Star.
Let me see. Star. Not there. Sting. Name a magazine where people often just look
These
at the picture.
outfits.
Playboy.
Let me see Playboy.
Imagine flipping through the channels.
Think of a Steel Glow Women.
Some housewife.
A magazine where
It's
people
like,
often
oh, I'm
just
gonna
look
watch
at the
Family
picture.
Feud. What the fuck are they wearing?
Could it be Penthouse?
Tom Zink.
Did not make out.
I don't bother with that Playboy shit. They don't show what I like.
Let me see. Car and driver.
Brian's his real name. Why was it in quotations?
Two strikes, they may get a chance to steal Candy Man, a magazine where people often just
Holy
look at the
shit.
pictures.
His glasses are
sales
thick.
catalog.
Is that good enough, Judge?
How bad
How about
were
a
his
sales
eyes?
$55 coming your way, Glow.
Not as bad as his
Where
answer.
people often just look at the picture.
But seriously, Brad Armstrong must have like the
Life magazine.
craziest
Life magazine.
like
National
prescription.
National Geographic. Hollywood. Some tough choices you can steal.
He's wearing like
$55.
glass coasters on his
Hollywood is
Life-
Hustler.
Hey,
Hustler. You're going with?
Life magazine.
She goes. Under duress.
Sting's like,
For the Shield with
hustler.
Life Magazine.
Jim Ross is like, big booty Asian hose.
We heard some fine choices. Let's see if they made our survey. A magazine where
What's
people
up,
often
Fetty?
just look
12 shampoo
at the
commercials.
pictures. Number 3. National Geographic. Said by Mount Fiji.
That was shitty to cut to
Number
Mount
4.
Fuji on that.
People.
Gonna go
Not
Blacktail.
set. And number 5. Vogue. You'll be in the Vogue if you're here right after these messages. Please, don't go away. I'm going to ask my good friend Gene Wood to tell you how.
If your family would like to try out for Family Feud,
We
you
should
live in the
try
Los
out for
Angeles
Family
area, call area code 213.
Let's call them.
9999.
Yeah, none of us live anywhere near each other.
Area, call area code
We'll go out to Los Angeles.
223-2101. Back to Ray.
Thank you, Gene Wood. Call today. We'll see your family on the Feud. The Glow Women, $55. The WCW Men, 0. Here we go.
All right, Tom Zane,
Now to the Fiji against Z-Man.
Mount Fuji,
Glow Women desperately trying 5 in a row, baby.
Fiji.
Whatever.
That was
The
Fuji.
top 8 answers are on the board. We ask 100 people. Specifically, what's the very first game you
Yeah, I
ever
love how
learned?
everybody else in the WCW team
Now,
wore
Fiji. To the
actual
consequences.
clothes.
She says the very
And
first
Sting
game
brought
you ever learned to
pants.
play was fruit or consequences. There's the consequence of not knowing our survey.
Fiji.
Stay here, Z-Man. Specifically,
quite
what's
a
the
Rick
very
Steiner
first game you ever learned to play?
Cards.
He says cards.
That's right, all these
kind of
people
card?
are dead. Thanks for bringing the mood down,
Which card
Suzanne.
game? Which card game?
Concentration.
He says concentration card
What?
game. Let me see concentration. No one moves. Stay right here. Listen to me, Godiva. Specifically, what's the very first game you ever learned to play?
Candyland.
She says Candyland.
I thought concentration was the game where you
There it
press
is.
down and you
Brian,
put the
Brian.
pegs,
We got 5, 6
the different
answers to
shaped
give you
pegs
control.
in the
Come back,
holes.
Mount Fiji. Specifically, what's the very first game you ever learned to play?
We're going to pass go on this one, Monopoly.
Let me see Monopoly. Not there.
No, Brian.
Control. Here
We're
we
not
go,
teaching
right over
kids
here. Listen
Monopoly
carefully.
before anything else.
Specifically, Justice, what is the very first game you ever learned to play?
Mother, may I?
Let me see. Mother, may I? That's one strike. Here we go. Jackie,
And these people
specifically, what's
suck
the
at
very
this
first game you ever learned to play?
I'll never forget. Post office.
Let me see.
The post office.
office.
What is that?
Our survey. We've got $6 in the bank. Maybe you're thinking the wrong way. To all people, listen to the question carefully. We ask 100 people.
Rick goes like,
specific.
listen
What's
to the
very
question
first game
before you
ever learned to
answer.
play?
Indian leg
Let
wrestling.
me see. Hide and seek. Number 1.
There you go. Look at that.
Specific. Going around the maypole. Let me see. Going around the maypole. Not there. But I'm not going to laugh at Mountain Fiji.
Yeah, this is
Jim,
rigged.
Specifically, what's the very first game you ever learned to play?
Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe.
There you go,
Kick the
Jim.
can. Flying Brian. Tag. Sting, you got the answer?
Tag.
He's
Gotta
stealing
be
the
tag.
bag. He says
Freeze
with
tag.
Tag.
Freeze tag. Freeze tag.
There it is.
Freeze tag. Freeze tag.
WCW, get in the game.
Yeah, Sting's like, look at
We
tag.
didn't know. Specifically, what's the very first game you ever learned to play? Here's a teaching moment, America. Number 2. Hopscotch. The very first game on our survey was number 3.
Strip poker.
Old Maid. I said that. Number 4.
Man, how awful was Jim Ross to these men?
Patty cake. Tied. Patty cake,
Imagine.
Old Maid, tag, all tied. Here we go. And number 6. Baseball, softball. And finally, number 8.
Go
Goldfish.
fish. What
We
the
don't want
hell
you
were
to
those
go
other
fish. We're gonna
games
come
they were
right back
talking
with a
about?
lot more feuding fun. Please be here.
Oh, man.
We're feuding the Glow Women, $55. The WCW 30. Here we go.
When do
with
you?
another
That's right. That's a good point, Suzanne. When do you learn baseball?
Brian.
Take no prisoners.
You're taking no prisoners? Well, if you do, frisk them.
But we're still better looking than them.
You are better looking. Here we go.
Why are so
won't
many?
argue that
Because
point.
old
Top
people
5
loved card
answers
games.
are on the board.
better. That's why there's
question.
so many card
Name
games.
a part of the body for which people do special exercises. Godiva.
Stomach.
She says the stomach. Number 1. Think of a steal. Here come the Glow Women, Justice.
I'm glad
Name a
Brian
part
didn't
of the
get a
body
chance.
for which people do special exercises.
The legs.
Let me see the legs. Is there?
Yeah, I'm glad the team whose charity is to teach kids sports lost the question, what is the first game that kids learn?
$73 in the bag.
Tom Zink with a Jim Halpert.
Let's concentrate. I'll do this for you. Part of the body for which people do special exercise.
Their bust, their chest. You know?
How do you do that?
You know how to do it.
I don't know how to do it. Can I see it real quickly? What is that
It's
exercise?
the weirdest thing I've ever seen somebody do to describe a chest. She's straight edge? She's better than you?
The bust. It's there. Mountain's easy. A part of the body for which people do
Mountain.
special exercise.
Mountain is my mom. You can call me Mount.
I'll translate that. But. All right. Show me the gluteus maximus. The bottom.
The bottom.
Godiva. How appropriate. You can bring home this bank and a big lead for the Glow Women if you name a part of the body for which people... You've got what?
I've got 2.
Yes, you do. But if you could just answer this question... We can
What?
always edit, I'll tell you, but you can't pass a line like that up.
Why do they keep cutting to Tom Zink? There's 4 other guys on that
Part of the
team.
body for which people do special exercises.
Is he the only one that's like not falling asleep?
That's 2 strikes. All right, Justice.
They're only cutting to
Part
Tom
of the body
Zink.
for which people do special exercises.
Calves.
She says, for the bank.
Calves is a good one. I see arms in the chat.
Gentlemen, they're going to keep the bank unless you name a part of the body for which people do special
That's a good point, Henry. You're asking 90s wrestlers to like, answer a question like a real person.
Or neck, back, or neck. We've got $85 up for grabs. Back.
I somehow don't think
Steal that bag
these
with
people
the
are
back.
working out their minds.
It's not there. The gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Answering back is such a bodybuilder answer.
You think it's neck? Show me number 2.
Arms.
Hips.
Hips, wow.
$140 for the Glow Women, the WCW 30. Here we go. It's another favorite.
The goddamn Candy Man.
The women are coming alive.
You can tell Vince McMahon
And the top 4 answers are on
is
the
not
board.
running
Think
WCW because he
carefully
would
about
never
this
let,
Name something that happened.
especially in this
the
era,
nursery
a male wrestler
rhyme.
stand
Jack
next to
and
a
Jill.
female wrestler who was bigger than him.
Went up the hill.
They
Or at
went
least taller.
up the hill. Tis number 2. Number 1 gives you control, Justice. Name something that happened in the nursery rhyme.
Brad
Jack and
Armstrong's
Jill.
glasses are
Carried
like
a
this
pail of water.
thick.
They went to carry a pail of water. It's number 3. Think of the field. The men have control.
For once,
Here we
Brad
go,
Armstrong
Jim.
goes
Name
over.
something that happened in the nursery rhyme, Jack and Jill.
Are you training for the big fight?
I'm going to try to get ready for it.
Saturday night, October 27th, Chicago, Halloween Havoc. There's your shirt.
Jim Ross
Okay, I'll be ready for it.
shilling the
And I
pay-per-view.
will wear this shirt. I've got more shirts. I'm going to be in shape. But now
That's
we're getting
just
back to
a red
something very serious,
shirt.
Jim.
Is there
Nursery
anything
rhyme,
even
Jack
on
and
that
Jill.
shirt?
Name something specific that happened in that nursery rhyme.
Oh, Jack fell down.
All right, show me.
Jack fell down.
Number 1. Jack fell down.
Jim Ross.
$90 in Sting. Something that happened in the nursery rhyme, Jack and Jill.
That's what his podcast should be, is him just recapping nursery
Came
rhymes.
tumbling after him. That is 1 strike. What are you going to say, Z-Man?
Yeah, he broke his crown or something?
All right.
Broke his crown or something?
Breaks
Oh, no,
his crown.
shit. There we go, the Z-Man.
$230 for the WCW. $140 for the
These nerds. Look at Jim Ross, he's so excited.
Right now, Jackie Stallone.
Jim Ross is more excited for this game of Family Feud than any match he has called in AEW.
We ask 100 people this question. Either hand you want there, Jackie. As long as you slap it with any body part before you... Here we go.
What is Jim Ross doing?
Name a piece of information.
I believe Jim Ross was convulsing there.
Driver. Jim?
Identification.
Let me see. You should demand identification. Yeah. What kind? He needs a specific answer, Jim.
Driver's license.
Let me see.
Driver's license. He's getting annoyed.
Number 2.
Like the Young Bucks didn't make a tag.
His insurance. Show it to me. Number 1.
That's a good point, Brad. It took 5 grown men to remember what happened in Jack and Jill.
Bring it home. You've got the men on their knees. If you're in an auto accident, name a piece of information you should demand from the other driver.
Wait, that's a personalized Sting polo.
You should demand
That's
if
great.
they are hurt.
I want that.
That's okay. One strike.
I don't get in accidents.
That's all right. Mountain Fiji?
Hefty cynicism. Thanks for the follow, for bringing the soda in the clutch, in the half-eaten crackers. Appreciate you.
No, if you're in an auto accident, name a piece of information you should demand from the other driver.
Their phone number.
You should demand.
That's a good point, 69. Though I do think Jim Ross is having more fun than he's letting on.
Still alive.
This is getting way more dramatic than it has any
Name a piece of information
any
you should
reason to
demand
be.
from the other driver for the game. What do you say?
About their name.
She says for the game, registration.
Oh.
WCW, Jim, help it out.
Come on, Jim Ross.
In an auto accident, name a piece of information you should demand from the other driver.
Their name.
Their name?
There you go.
Address.
Jim Ross, Brian Dermody, same
Women
brainwaves.
are playing horse race for $10,000. What do you say?
Name.
3 seconds, Sting.
For you, Hollywood, name. Their name. Their name.
WCW have stolen this game. If number 3 is their name.
And there you go. Congratulations.
Unbelievable. What a steal. We will be right back to play Fast Money after this.
Typical wrestling bullshit. The men get more time than the women. $10,000 with the WCW men in the Starlight. I believe WCW did win the whole week.
On the clock, we wish
And
good
Brian,
luck
I would
to the
go
Candy
more
Man.
towards the former than
We
the
asked
latter.
100 people,
Look at
based on
look
what
at
you
Brad
heard or
Armstrong.
believe, what do you think you'd find in heaven?
Jesus.
How many days a week?
It's a heavy
do you
question.
read your horoscope?
Never.
A fabric used to make jackets.
Wool.
A month of baseball season.
May.
Something specific that kids take to school.
Lunchbox.
Turn around here.
Good job, Brian. You didn't embarrass mankind like Rick
What do
Steiner.
you think you'd find in heaven, you said? Jesus. Our survey said 3.
Wow!
How many days a week do you read your horoscope?
Only
You
3
said
people think Jesus is in
you read
heaven.
it never. Our survey said 30. It's good.
3 people thought Jesus was in heaven.
Horoscope in our survey. A fabric used to make jackets you selected. Wool. What did the survey say?
Yeah, seriously, that Rick Steiner answer is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. And I'm glad we all got to experience it together.
19.
Not bad.
That kids take to school. You selected lunchboxes in our survey.
Good answer.
30-year-old.
There we go. You got at least half. Hey, drugs.
Your color man who's been kept off stage.
Glad to see ya.
Up and over. Get in here. You need 95 points.
I have to watch Jim Ross do fast money
20
to wrap up the
goes on
stream.
clock, revealing your partner's answers.
We miss
to the
you
button.
too, drugs.
We ask 100 people, based on what you've heard or believe, what do you think?
Yeah,
you
Jim
find
Ross is
in heaven?
hungover. You were right,
God.
Suzanimal.
How many days a week do you read your horoscope?
5.
A fabric used to make jackets.
Cotton.
A month of the baseball season.
September.
Something specific that kids take to school.
Their lunch.
Try again.
Books.
Turn around here.
Look at that. Wrestler's not completely shitting the
Or
bed.
believe, what do you think you find in heaven, you said? God. Our survey said 24.
There you
An
go.
angel, the number 1 answer. An angel. How many days a week you read your horoscope? You said 5 days a week, and the survey said 10.
Good
0
job,
was the
Jim.
number 1 answer. Fabric used to make jackets, you selected cotton. Survey said
There we go.
only
Boring.
4. Wool, the number 1 answer.
A tight one.
57 points away. A month of the baseball season, you said. Playoff month, September, and the survey said 5 only. June was the number 1 answer.
Books
Something
better be
specific
real
that
good.
kids take to school. You said books. Did 52 people say it for $10,000? What did the survey say?
Oh, Jim
Answer
Ross.
was pencils, not given, but you got another $5
But again,
a point. Giving you $800.
at
$40.
least-
Come out here and hug him. We're going to come
At
right
least
back.
he didn't pull
Don't
Rick
want you to
Steiner.
go away. See you in a moment.
At least he didn't pull Rick Steiner.
Special
And hey, kids learning how to play sports get no money regardless. Sting wearing the World Championship. Jim Ross holding his red shirt. All right. That's it. We are done for this week. Thank you all so much. That was a blast. I love doing that. We'll do it again sometime in the future. Another Oops No Wrestling episode again next week. As my computer's catching up to the rest of the stream, there we go. We will be watching a couple of live pay-per-view pre-shows from the mid-90s, including Bash at the Beach 1995, in front of allegedly 100,000 people on the beach. Thank you, Bender. Thank you, Drug, 69 and On, Brian, Suzanimal, Atlanta, Bloodfeet, everybody who joined. I appreciate you all greatly. Vicki Lawrence for life. I am in the Vic pack for life. Fuck Bill Maher. Thank you all so much. Whether you're watching me on Twitch, on YouTube, I appreciate you. Come back next week. Thank you, Henry. Let's make it through the next 7 days. They're gonna probably suck because our world is on fire. But at least we have this to look forward to. All congregating back together next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, WCW Deep Cuts live. Thank you, Jonathan. Life's hard, but we'll get through it. We will persevere, and then come back to watch some 90s wrestling.